welcome to Season 3, Session 5 of our ongoing GURPS Banestorm, Embers of Defiance game. I am Rigil Kent, aka Phil, when we forget to use our online pseudonyms. Today's GM. Before we begin, are there any questions or adjustments or point expenditures that need to be completed first?
Well, what time does this flight land?
Should be around 9 o'clock Central Time.
Do you serve peanuts?
Only if you're allergic.
Word.
I would like to up my survival desert, please.
That seems like a really good idea since you're, in the desert all the time.
I would like to up my hiking.
That seems like also a good idea since we have sort of discovered after the fact that you're too damned heavy for the camels.
I'm playing Thorondil, and I like to party.
I like trains.
For a good time call. ISMIR.
Well, okay then. As we recall, in our long trek toward the Citadel of 10,000 Pearls, the lot of you arrived at the oasis-city-state of Dulihiban, which I'm going to probably mispronounce 5 or 6 times. Upon reaching it, the very first thing you noted was that it was eerily silent, to which Thorondil decided to fly up to one of the high points where he's all depressed and stuff because he likes to climb things and now he's got wings growing out of his back. But he discovered that the deeper part of this city-state is complete ruins. Upon his return, Ismir decided that he was going to scout forward, and upon doing so, he entered the market area and discovered several what looked like glass statues of people. And one of them looked at him. Well, its eyes shifted and looked at him.
That could have just been the light.
And that is where we are picking up. And it might have just been the light. I don't know. It depends on how Ismir reacts. Does he run screaming from the market?
No, he has fearlessness.
That doesn't mean he won't run screaming from the market.
Has he ever experienced this before in his time in the Jin lands?
Not that I am aware of, no. But weird stuff happens in the Jin lands.
We also know a storm came through recently, so maybe the town got hit by the storm.
That's also true. And you are quite aware that the storm really wreaked havoc with the lot of your party, except for you for some reason.
Yeah,
Can you show me the map of the city?
I meant to ask before, we have at least 2 people that actually live or used to live in the Jin lands. Did they actually ever hear of anything like that before?
You got more than 2 people that lived in the Jin lands.
Well, I don't know where the caravan guys live, if they actually live here.
The only people
traveling
who
around here
who haven't lived in the Jin lands are all of the PCs but Ismir.
So is this basically where the market is, based on the black arrow?
Roughly. Yeah, roughly. Obviously, the map doesn't exactly conform to the cool picture, but we'll make it conform, damn it.
I'm going to
Roll a bunch of dice.
Well, I only meant once, but I'm gonna fast draw a knife. Do I need to make a will check?
You might need to make a will check.
All the glass people, are they frozen in place as if they were doing something? Or have they been posed as if they were posed by an artist doing a sculpture?
Currently, only Ismir sees them.
Okay.
And how about now? Ismir has a spear. Damn it! That's not what you meant. You got distracted by the creepy, the creepy statue thing.
Well, either way, I intended to go for a knife, got the spear instead. At least I still have a weapon. Still being stealthy, I'm going to scout around. I will probably get up close to maybe one of this glass statues just to look it over. And if the eyes are truly moving, to see, kind of look at them back and forth, see if the eyes move with me, and but
You're gonna find a statue of Jane.
Huh?
Oh my God! He didn't get a Firefly reference. That's unclean. Mark, you need to see to your brother. Like smack him around or something.
You talking Serenity?
No, I'm talking Firefly. Serenity was the movie.
The episode particular happened in Firefly.
I watched the
Jamestown.
Fireflies. Doesn't mean I remember everything.
For shame.
Probably has something to do with that face of his.
Anything else I see beyond the statues? Do I see any damage in this area? Do I, as I'm looking around scouting, do I need to roll any dice or anything like that?
Give me a perception check in the box. So as you are scouting, you definitely get the sensation like you are being watched. You can't quite figure out from where, but it's one of those weird sensations like you're being watched from all over the place. And don't go there. With regards to Brian's actual question, that is probably something that Ismir will very quickly note that these people do, or these statues, do sort of look like they were like just going about their regular business. Quite a number of them are looking toward the deeper part of the city.
That's what they tell you. Don't ever look at the flash.
Obviously, none of these people in the city were cool guys.
Seeing that, if I'm getting the sense that I'm being watched, do I feel any sense of danger? Beyond just, yes, I see glass statues. Do I see anything of an immediate threat?
Immediate threat, no. It's certainly creepy because a city this size should not be this quiet.
Although you're not sure, you blinked for a second and the statues got closer.
No. We don't need that.
Damn it, I wish I had thought of that.
I know Doctor Who. The angels in Doctor Who.
Damn it, I wish I had actually thought of that. That would have been great.
Finishing up my scouting, I'll head back out and inform the rest of the team what I know, what I've seen, and as of right now, yes, feels like people are watching. I can't pinpoint who's watching, but I did notice that the glass statue's eyes are moving, so the people may still be
You only
alive.
saw one. You only really saw one of those, and when you get up there, it may have been an optical illusion by the sun glinting off of the glass.
Okay. Well, I'll convey what I have scouted out to the rest of the
Meanwhile,
party.
while he is in the process of scouting around and such like that, and a lot of you have sort of not quite set up camp outside, but are waiting there. While you're in there waiting, Amira and Zianra will actually get into something of an argument in Arabic. Whatever they are saying is way too fast for Thorn to really catch it, since he's the only one outside of Ismir who speaks any Arabic. But in the process, Zianra, who is in Mira's body, will rip off her hijab and just sort of like throw it on the ground, while Amira is basically trying to talk to her. And this will obviously reveal that Amira's body has hair down to her butt, and you're not sure what exactly they're arguing about. But it's not a we're going to start fighting argument, but it is definitely a pretty intense one. The moment that the hijab comes off, Khalid and Umar are going. Those are the two guards that are survived. Will exchange a look and then very intentionally turn their backs on the two women and continue to chat with Brum, although Brum has no idea what they're saying, and
Copy?
he probably has no idea what. Yeah, Brum has no idea what they're saying, and they have no idea what he's saying in return.
Coffee? Yes, please.
And speaking of Brum, you were going to load some stuff up into your pipe and smoke it. And based off of what I had determined is the closest thing I could find in there was it was going to be a health -3 check. As you noted, the dwarves get a +3, I believe you said, against poisons.
Yes.
So that means you would be at health +0, but you're also fit. So you would have a health +1 check.
Alright. I want to fail this so bad.
We want you to fail it too.
Damn it.
However, so you are not going to be suffering from euphoria, which is a -3 penalty to Dex, IQ, skill, and self-control rolls for a number of hours equal to the margin of failure. However, you do feel very, very good.
Right.
Whatever this stuff is, it's like, whoa, hey, man.
Right, this is really good stuff. I wonder if there's any food there in the city. I'm feeling
Well,
kind
it is a
of
city. I imagine
hungry.
there's something.
Well,
I
you
could do
do
with a
know
snack.
Haruki has been snacking.
A lot.
Actually, I could really go for a kebab.
I have some kamachuki.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, my friends.
Our friends have not returned to
in
say if it's
the
safe.
process, during while everybody's just sort of sitting there, kind of sort of waiting, Gesslin is going to sort of hop over there to wherever Thorn is, and he's doing the how are you doing with regards to the wings? I just realized, I should have been, I kind of sort of need to apologize for harassing you about using smell blam.
Well,
Just-
it's understandable, I suppose.
Yes,
Don't trust
indeed.
him. He's doing reverse psychology on you.
No, actually, and he's like, oh, well, one thing I would recommend is not using it here. And he like, the bird is like sort of looking at the open gate. It's like,
On
don't
that, we
don't you
agree.
feel that?
Oh
He
yeah.
sort of shivers. He's like, yeah, it's like the veil here. It feels raw and twisted, like torn or something. Something bad happened here, and I don't think you should use smell blam while we're here, because this is bad.
Do it.
Let me know at what point Izmir exits the gate and sees Amara and Zyanra arguing.
Yeah, eventually. Haruki, as stated, you've been just sort of just hungry as all get out.
Eating twice
And
as much as everyone else.
yeah, and now like
I'm so
you're
sorry, everybody. I'm
really
just so
really
hungry.
tired too. And poor old Aramis, I think you accidentally burned your camel with your new arm because it got really hot and you didn't notice it. The camel jerked, and maybe like
Well, you can just deal with it, and I'll
Deal with it.
wrap it a little bit, maybe a little bit more in some clothing or bandages and whatnot, just to try to put a little bit more padding.
Yeah, it's one of those that you probably didn't really think about it because it's your arm, and now it's like oh that is really hot, yeah, and that's creepy as well. That I have a metal arm. Let's see. So Haruki, you just sort of what are you doing anything special? Are you just chilling out, sitting down?
Probably if helping the guys, move stuff using my strength to the advantage that it is, and it's like, oh, this is so much lighter than normal. And
Well, at the moment, they're mostly waiting to offload anything because Ismir said, "Hold on, I'm gonna stealth forward and make sure that this place is intact." Because Thorn did show back up and say, "Yeah, at least half the city is kind of messed up."
In that case, knowing that there's potential for danger, he'll go ahead and don at least some of his armor, and then kind of just act as a body, caravan guard until his services are needed. So
While you are
kind of
donning the go ahead.
kind of be interested in the weird goings on of Brum at the point. It's like, what is wrong with Brum?
That's
What?
true.
So
What
much
do you
more
mean?
mellow.
There's nothing wrong at all.
I know, which is odd.
But at least he hasn't, accused you of getting all bendy.
That's true.
But I am pretty certain that you are bigger than you were yesterday.
I think it is just the sun, and whatever you are smoking. Although my armor does fit a little differently, and I've had to adjust the straps.
You should eat less. By any chance, do you have some snacks to share, maybe?
I had him some dried camel jerky.
Right, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Why don't we go into this city and see what we can find? It is safe, yes, Ismir.
Ismir's not here yet. He's still in the scouting around.
Well,
It didn't look like
wisdom
anything was
say
going
we
on.
can leave the ladies to their arguments.
Their argument eventually does sort of die down, and Zianra, who's in Amir's body, sort of stomps over to, which is kind of amusing because she's Amir's body isn't supposed to be a stompy sort. Sort of stomps over there toward where Thorn and Getslin are, and she like takes a seat, and she's like almost pouting, and she like
Which
looks
one?
over at Zianra in Amir's body, and she looks over to Thorn, and she's I regret I cannot fulfill my oath to you to fight or die at present because, and then she like nods towards her body, with Amir in it, and it's like, the lady has asked me not to damage it.
I could see how that could be disappointing.
This is also probably the first time Thorn has heard anything about any oath.
He is raising an eyebrow.
Gesslin, the bird is like looking back and forth between the two of you, and he looks at you. He's like, "What exactly did you do?"
We fought, and I didn't kill her. And then we all broke out.
Huh.
It was an interesting day.
So about this point, Ismir will be, coming back into the group. Probably the first thing that he will note is, Zianra in Amir's body isn't wearing her the head stuff.
Do not understand that we.
And
So,
looks pouty, which
and
is weird.
do I notice where her hijab is?
At this point, Amira has probably already picked it up.
If she's holding on to it, and I notice that, I'd probably go immediately up to Amira in Zianra's body, request the hijab, and then immediately go over to Zianra in Amira's body, and basically say, "Please put this on. You are dishonoring."
When you go for the hijab, Amira and Zianra's body, that's not going to be confusing at all, is it? She's like, it's to relax. Everything is under control. You need not worry about my body's virtue. It is safe. Mistress Zianra and I have spoken. She knows what she can and cannot do while she resides in my form, just as I equally understand what I can and cannot do in this body.
I truly hope that your brother, the Sheikh, will be as truly understanding of this circumstance, and that my life will not be on the line.
I will speak for you if it comes up, but I don't think you have anything to worry about. I mean, look here, who are you going to be defended against? Master Thorondil? He sees me the wife of his brother. Master Haruki is openly referred to me as Lady Sardok. Master Brumrumley over there has commented that I might be a fair lass if I had a proper beard and was a bit shorter.
That's right. You're way too tall. So, you are a good man, Ismir. You are a good man. You are my friend. And Brum will go up and give him a buddy cuddle.
I'll be stepping back. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop.
We have
I
become
don't man
very
cuddle.
we have become very good friends. I consider you a great person. Now,
I
is the
consider
city
you
safe?
a good person too, but no man cuddle.
Haruki totally should have jumped in there. It's like, oh, cuddles.
Hugs.
Is the city safe to go in? We are wasting good time.
Haruki
There
definitely
are-
looks like he wants to go in. He's like, I'm.
So
Either we all need to get a little bit of what he's smoking, or we need to stay very far away from it.
Actually, hold on. While
And just
everyone's
like that,
talking, and after
Brum has
everyone
become a
can-
stoner.
Haruki will actually start because he's curious
Stoner dwarf.
and impulsive. He, as everyone starts talking and all that, he will actually spin walking towards the city gates, kind of unobtrusively, and kind of walking in and looking around.
Yeah,
It's
see,
mirror.
Haruki, what are you doing?
This mirror got distracted and didn't tell everybody about the glass statues.
It's not safe.
Because he got distracted because he's not accustomed to seeing Amira's body pouting like a 12-year-old.
Well, since I've probably been their personal bodyguard, I've probably seen her unveiled, but only because I am a bodyguard. But otherwise, even out in public, that would never be something I would be like, no, I protect your.
True, but it's also the body language in general is just changed because it's a different person driving, so it's just weird. Like she's not supposed to walk like that, or make those kind of facial expressions.
She keeps walking on her tiptoes.
Everyone, from what I was able to scout out, it looks like the people in the market have been turned into glass statues. I do feel eyes on me, so there may be danger in there. So we need to be careful when we go in. But
Note that Haruki's probably not hearing any of this as he's inside
On
the
second
city at
thought,
the moment.
let's not go there.
oh, you're already in, even though I yelled at you.
You ain't to bother me. Hey, Haruki is both curious and impulsive. Two things that have just triggered, and he is.
And he's
not
probably
waiting up.
hungry, and he's like, "I need food."
Also, entire team is babies.
All right. So
He's also
it's like
stupidly brave.
seeing Haruki going in there, I'd be like, "So that's what's
I don't know,
going
you've
on.
been
Now let's
arguing
go
with,
take care of Haruki."
Ah, see, Haruki thinks it's safe. Let's go. By the way, you should probably not touch the people. Just saying.
Umar, Khalid,
Haruki's sitting there like getting ready to touch up one of the statues. Oh,
Before I head back in,
yeah. If
Uh-huh.
Haruki encounters one of them,
Uh-huh.
yep. If Haruki acts, impulsively taps it, but forgetting that his strength,
And he's a
he'll
klutz,
fall over. Yep, he'll knock
and it
it
will
over.
shatter on the ground. You
Okay, so-
murderer!
before heading back in, I'm gonna ask Umar and Khalid to keep an eye on Amira and Sayana, as I don't want them coming in yet.
Brum will nod and say, "That's right. See, that's why you do not touch the statues, huh?"
But Izmir
Really?
will head back into the town as well after Haruki.
Will he be okay?
That'll buff out.
He probably will not. At least the other one wasn't.
So
maybe we can find some glue here.
Also, once you mentioned the whole bit about I think everybody in the town was turned into the statues. Amira in Zionra's body is going to turn to Hawkland and start asking him really rapid questions in Arabic that are probably too fast for Thorn to properly follow. But
As
Izmir
usual.
can tell. well, yeah. Ismir can tell she's basically asking him if it is possible to turn them back using his magic stick. And he's very much prevaricating. This probably doesn't surprise Ismir particularly or a great deal, because having known Amira for quite a long time, he's going to know that she basically has the charitable disadvantage. So she wants to help people.
And if she gives me an order to help them, I will do so too.
Well, in this case, she's, you said, hey, I think they've been turned into glass. And she's asking the poor transformed wizard, can we turn them back? And he's going, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And then starts launching into a long diatribe about, the magic being weird here. It feels weird. It tastes weird. You'll probably all hear a loud crash as something glass-like collapses or is accidentally pushed over and shatters into a gajillion pieces.
And Haruki will look very abashed.
Sorry.
So they're like tempered glass. When it shatters, it just like shatters into tiny little pieces.
Absolutely.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Let's look around. Maybe we could find some glue.
Also, Haruki, you were hungry before. You are ravenously hungry now. It's like as soon as you walked, crossed in, past the gate, went through the gate. Yeah, you just like, oh my god, I'm so freaking hungry. Let's see. Also, at least from Thorn, I don't need anything. I can just go to your character sheet and make a roll and not tell you. Wahahaha.
Smells funny at this level. Wasn't as bad up higher.
Okay, so yeah. At the sound of glass shattering, Amira is actually going to dart towards the gate to see what the heck that was. Because hey, Ismir told her that people were turned into glass, and that sounded a lot like glass shattering.
I would be pretty much right in front of her. My lady, stop. It's not safe. I will go look.
Yes, okay. Do that.
So
Your
do
Honor,
these
stop
statues
that.
blink?
They do not seem to blink as far as you can tell.
So their eyes don't follow.
You do have a strange sensation of constantly being watched, though.
Did
Whoa.
during my scout, did I find any source of food?
You actually, speaking of that, you would have found some stuff, but it did seem like all of the food substances, like maybe they had a thing of dates or something like that. Those have also turned to glass.
Oh, so organic materials to have glassed.
That would be a proper metagame presumption, yes.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
And Haruki is hungry. Okay.
Yeah, Haruki's stomach is just rumbling. I mean, if you get within, touching distance, you can probably hear it. Which is odd since everybody has seen him chomping, and honestly he does look a little bit thinner because, well, you are in the desert and you've been walking along and sweating and stuff like that. He might be a little taller, but he does look a little thinner.
Wow.
Well, it doesn't look like we're going to find anything helpful here.
I am going to try to see if I can pinpoint where I'm feeling the eyes coming from.
All over the place.
Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me?
Is the sensation basically it's the statues watching, or that there's
Can't really tell that. I would say probably not, because once you clear out an area and you're in an area where there aren't any statues, you still sort of feel like someone's watching you.
Brom is going to be actively observing.
It's elusive, like on the back of my neck are kind of going up.
That's a pretty decent way to probably explain it, yeah.
So kind of supernatural.
I don't know if it's necessarily supernatural. Just you can't really identify the source, and it's kind of irritating and possibly creepy.
I'm gonna venture further in and to the first set of buildings.
Okay, observation. I don't know. I need to look that up.
So Brom will actually be looking for people maybe spying on us, or he'll try to ascertain what is looking at us.
It might be ninjas.
Oh, ninja!
Wonder if the Yuan-Ti followed us here.
As discerned our direction and beat us. These Yuan-Ti, these are the snake people, yes?
Actually, did we ever... I don't know that we ever actually heard what they were called.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain the file identified them as Yuan-Ti.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes, they are snake people, or at least they are snakes with arms and legs.
Some of them.
Surely if they were here, they would have taken a pot shot at somebody already. And just as he says that,
critical hit to Aramis, right?
Yep.
No, permission declined.
What is Aramis doing while Brum is sitting there actively trying to locate stuff, and Ismir looks like he's heading a little deeper into the city, and Haruki is going, "Oh, did I do that?"
I'm looking for
Aramis
food.
is heading deeper into the city. There's stuff to see, mysteries to be had. He's going head first.
Haruki, don't go that way. There's way too much stuff for you to break over there.
Crash as he knocks a table down. What is Thorondil doing?
Lamenting the broken people. I would say he's probably going to get some altitude here and there and attempt to see if anybody else is in town moving about. So staying with the group in general, but I'll pop up on a roof here and there and see if I can get a better view.
Okay, that would be like vision-based perception, I guess.
Or observation.
I suppose that would also be appropriate.
Yeah, it's not going to matter.
Although it might not matter. Wow, 15, huh?
First roll of the night. Here we go.
Wait, your first roll was the 15, right?
Yeah.
Because I was actually looking away from the frickin' chat log there, and it's just like come back and like, wait, did he actually roll it? Okay, so yeah, you don't necessarily see an additional movement. It is notable for both Thorn and Brum that the deeper into this city that you go, the more it does sort of remind you of the lost city after the Banestorm. Where it's just like, hey, that looks like there was a building there, and now it's completely trashed.
Whatever happened here, I think we missed it.
You say there was a center of destruction, yes?
Also, Ismir's going to use his tracking ability to see if he could determine maybe what might have happened in terms of if there's footprints or anything, and maybe get a story from it.
How long has it been since the storm?
About 2 days. A little over 2 days. In this case, he's not going to be able to determine a great deal because it looks more like there was just destruction. That's what you're sort of heading toward.
Was it destruction from the air? Was it destruction from the ground? Was it like just multiple points?
Wasn't there a crater?
Yeah, you were saying it.
Yeah, the deeper into the building thing, the building thing, the city. In this case, there is, yeah, actually, that is right. Thorn was able to previously straight up explicitly say that there was some sort of crater on the other end of the thing, not the thing, the city. Words.
And also, knowing how hungry Haruki is, I will use my scrounging ability to see if there's any food available that hasn't turned to glass.
You don't. I was going to say you didn't actually need to make that roll because Mark was correct. It's basically any biological material that was in the
grass,
in,
like
yeah,
plants.
grass. You can see like a tree or something like that, and it's like it's now wrought of glass and stuff like that. What is the for?
Just
is this a dirt ground or is this a stone ground?
Fairly certain it's going to be dirt. The farther you get, or the closer to where the capital is, not the capital, the palace, I guess it would have been. That area there is probably actually stone, or was stone.
Maybe we can dig down and see if any worms pop up. So there'll be some food for the Haruki.
If it's all organic material, that means all the canvas tents and the carpets and wood, structure or building frames and stuff. Glass
adjustment to that, it would be more like all living organic material. So if it had been, a tree had been chopped and turned into a table, the table's not necessarily going to have turned to glass because it's no longer alive.
Okay.
But technically, a date is not alive.
All right. Yeah, I know what he's getting at.
Plus, it's magic!
Magic.
So
That doesn't
basically,
make no
all
sense.
food and living organics has been turned to glass.
There might be some food that hasn't been churned. You just haven't discovered it. And what's the worst that could happen when Haruki eats it?
And that's why I'm using scrounging. I'm scrounging as I'm tracking, as I'm searching stealthily around the place.
So that's lots of negatives. A lot of negatives.
What do you
gotta
mean
get
lots
people
of
on the
negatives?
stack. You can't do all that at one time without taking major penalties. Multi-actions, man.
Okay, so as you guys are probably maybe a little more than the midway point, and it is definitely getting to. I guess that would be if you're looking at the map. They have what is their market in the center with the colored tents section like that. When you get to about that point, most of the buildings have just literally been blown apart. But you can see beyond that, it does look like some of the palace area is probably still standing in some capacity.
Question is Umar and Khalid, they were coming here to meet somebody. Is that structure still standing, and is their contact still there?
They did not enter the city-state with a lot of you. They remained with Hawklin, Amira, Zyanra, and about 13 camels. They were explicitly told by Ismir not to come in.
I think for the sake of their mission, they may need to close that loop.
So I guess you could fly back and ask them, direct them, or get directions or whatnot.
There's probably no good reason not to shoot back there and at least tell Gesslin what's going on. And let them know that there is none living in this city.
Well, Gesslin's like, well, that doesn't seem right, and he sort of sneezes, which is kind of weird to see a hawk sneeze.
Do birds sneeze?
Was that a question?
I don't think I've ever considered it.
Well, he sneezed. Birds usually don't talk either. I mean, properly. Khalid will say will be able to provide some directions, although it's maybe a little difficult to really follow them now. So you may and actually that just occurred to me. Khalid and Umar do not speak English, so you have to basically use Amira, Zyanra, and or Gesslin as translators, because your Arabic is pretty crap. Granted, it's better than Haruki's.
I can carry on a conversation. They might not get it. I may accidentally call them a baseball.
But since you have 3 people there, the 2 of which speak English and accented, and one, oddly enough, seems to be pretty fluent in Arabic, even if he's a bird right now. you can get your information across, and Khalid will start giving the directions, and Gesslin is trying to keep up, and it's difficult because have you ever received directions from someone in a town you've never ever been into, but they know it really well, and they start throwing out, yeah, and then you need to turn right here, and then go this way, this far, and then turn left at the thing.
They didn't live here, did they?
Khalid lived here longer. He was not a permanent resident, but he had been a resident for some time before, in between caravanning expeditions, because he was injured at one point.
I was going to
So
say,
he
if
got
he
to
has
know
a.
this place. So he got to know this place relatively well.
Well, my point was, if he had a residence here, or one of them had a residence here, all their stuff is here.
No, they wouldn't have had anything there. In that case. But Gesslin is going to eventually have to do I think you're going to need to take him in. I can't. He keeps getting me confused with his directions.
Imshi.
Well, Khalid does not seem particularly enthusiastic about entering,
He
but
doesn't want to MC.
It'll be fine. Everybody's just standing around, not doing anything.
And we got a Haruki.
So the lot of you that are up in the mess, as you're looking around, I need a perception check. So that'd be Aramis, Brum, Ismir, and Haruki. Poor Thorn's off by himself. He split the party, sort of.
Perception.
No, it's perception, not pre.
Do you need me to do perception too?
Yes. You're up there with the other three. Okay, so Ismir is the first person to hear, basically rocks, not rocks, but stuff moving. Like someone is either like climbing over it or something like that, and it's like off to your right. Haruki very quickly also will be able to identify it as well. No, wait. Oh, he's only got by 2. Why did I see that as... I don't know. What the hell's going on there? Brain cramp. Yeah. But it sounded more like, just something suddenly came loose and rocks or debris went tumbling down, made a bit of a racket.
It was something.
I'm sorry, I missed some of that. I apologize. Can you repeat?
Rock fell. There was something rustled.
You are really breaking up, Martin.
So I missed some
rocks.
of that. I do apologize.
Yeah, some rocks or debris or something like that sort of started falling to your right.
Am I able to pinpoint how close am I able to pinpoint the sound and everything and maybe see the source?
It's to your right.
Is it in between buildings? Is it where am
There's
I at currently?
There's a lot of debris in that area.
So the where the arrow is pointing at?
What arrow?
Where are we
arrow?
right now? Yeah.
No, you guys are quite a bit further up.
We're way up there now? Wow. Okay.
You guys said you were heading deeper into it.
Deeper in.
That's what she said.
I was, I already have my spear basically ready, so I will basically twirl in the direction and start investigating, moving up stealthily.
How are the others of you reacting to this as well?
Does Haruki smell food?
I have no idea what you're saying.
Haruki will be digging through a get bag of glass dates and look very disappointed and dejected since we're in the market.
Does he actually try one just in case?
No.
Crunch. Ah!
He'll like squish one in between his fingers and he'll shatter and he'll like.
And now his fingers are bleeding because
He's wearing gloves.
He's got all sorts of tiny pieces of glass stuck in it. So Ismir is sneaking forward as if he is reacting to something. What is Aramis, Brum, and, well, Haruki's apparently going, I'm so hungry.
Oh, he's just walking up the middle of the street.
Well, if Brum notices him sneaking forward, Brum will respond in kind. It obviously is something that has alerted him, so Brum's going to go for some cover and move in as well, stealth.
That was a pretty good stealth roll. I see
It's
you've
the
got the hack.
the hashish.
He saw how
he's a lot
good
more
his
relaxed.
was being stealthy, so he learned by example.
He's a lot more relaxed and, chill. Not so uptight, so he moves better.
Ismir would have made some kind of motion to the rest of the crowd, like, noise, that way.
If Brum catches up, he'll sort of whisper, "What is it, Ismir?"
I heard something in this direction. I'm checking it out.
Well, what did it sound like?
Rocks falling.
Everyone
something
died.
moving.
Well, perhaps it is the source of this feeling I've been having that someone is watching us.
Keep your eyes open.
Oh. So you will advance forward, and you will find a fellow. Looks like he has been sort of trying to dig through some stuff. He has, pretty extensive beard. His clothes are very, very rich in appearance, but are completely filthy. And he will visibly jump. If you make yourself, when you make yourself known, because
we're
your
very
PCs,
stealthy.
your PCs. Well, that's why I said, when. Your PCs. There's the unless you're gonna try to
Is he
sneak up there.
facing us? Is he facing away from us?
He looks like he was heading to, trying to scramble over the stuff, so he would have been coming in your direction.
But we see him first. He has not noticed us yet. I'll make a motion to Brum to kind of hang back. I'm going to try to sneak around and get behind him so that we can basically cut him off.
Brum will nod.
So when we get into a position where we're on opposite sides of him, I'll step out.
Okay.
As will Brum.
And he will visibly jump in surprise. And quite possibly go, ah!
So who are you?
Who am I? Who are you? This was my city. Why are you sneaking up on me?
Have you seen the city?
Why are you not glass?
He is initially speaking in Arabic, so Brum probably has no idea what they're being said. Although he will react to if Brum does ask that in glasses, he will at least react. He's like and then shift over to fairly accented but comprehensible English. And will react. It's like, what? Why are you not glass?
We just came into the city.
Oh, travelers. Well, I would offer you guest rights, but very bad things have happened recently.
When?
That is, and then he pauses, glances at the two. He's like, wait, are you? Why are you here? And,
We are here with a caravan. Returning a caravan. We have 2 guards with us, Umar and Khalid. We are escorting them back to this city, Dulihiban.
That sounds so weird. We were escorting the guards from a caravan. We were guarding the guards.
Don't worry, it's a long story, but why are you not glass?
Because I was protected.
By what?
It's terrible. It's a terrible day. Forgive me. I'm Sultan al-Nur of this. And this was once my city.
Well, it still is your city. It's just
there's not
different.
Much left of it now. And he looks kind of sad.
Hearing, I guess, the voices and them talking, I'll move up in and see,
a giant!
Don't worry, he's friendly. Very friendly.
Glass shatters.
He's so hungry. He's so hungry. He stumbles against the wall as like he's faint and hits another statue and it tumbles and breaks. How many people are gonna die because of your stomach?
No.
Are there others like you who are not glass?
Well, possibly. I know of one. He's trapped. I've been trying to free him.
Where is he?
And he will. When you say that, he will point back toward the. I guess it would be the nominal palace stuff. Let's see. Oh, right. I can't do it that way. I completely forgot and tried to Damn it! I tried to rotate the thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, he's pointing back toward where the palace area is. Says, yes, he was trapped there, and I've been trying to find something to help get him out. I have much wealth that I'd be willing to give you if you could help me in rescuing this dear friend.
Is he still speaking
He
in
has
Arabic?
shifted to English because of Brum, because clearly Brum was speaking in English to him.
Okay, when he says wealth, Haruki, is it, do you have food?
Well, not much of it, but I can see what I can do.
Then you have a deal, sir.
Where is this person? We need to get out.
Show us the way, Sultan.
This is the way.
Yes, it's back. Back this way, and he's going to gesture toward the mess. Crap! Did I close? I did. Close my map.
So on the way over, As we're walking there, I'll be just asking maybe in Arabic, to try to pull some more answers out as to actually what happened. So what
And he's like,
happened?
"Oh, it was terrible, most terrible. The one of the masters came here and smote this city's ruin with terrible fires and magics. I
You mean one of
survived
the
only
jinn?
through, yes,
Okay. Do you know which
I
one?
goodness no. I survived due to happenstance and luck." And he's like going to he was like pulls out this he's got like a necklace with some sort of very obvious charm on it, and he's like, I had been given this charm of protection against the master's magic long ago, so I could only watch helplessly. Unfortunately, demanded a pretty heavy price. Look at me. How old do you think I am?
With all due respect, maybe in your 60s?
By the look of your beard, you're maybe 20, 25?
Yeah.
Well, your dwarf speaks more true than you would think. I was not even yet 10 years of age before this mess happened.
Wow. Let's go free this person.
Alright, so you have a magic charm to protect you. The person that we are going to rescue, does that person also have a magic charm?
Well, not exactly, but it was in my treasury house, and that was protected.
I see. Well, let's not waste any time. Let's go.
I was about to say, does it Brum? Oh yeah, Brum does have greed.
Treasure.
So let's see, Thorn with Khalid. You are very quickly able to get to the build. With Khalid leading, you are very quickly able to reach the location. It's I'm going to relocate your pointy finger again. Let's see, which one is it? It is like there-ish, so it's quite a bit closer to the front end, and it is pretty much the same thing. There are, it is like a warehouse sort of spot. So you have, hey, look at that, there's a glass camel there, and there's two glass camels. And inside the warehouse, you'll see a dude who is like about to load. He's like now glass, but he was in the process of loading something onto this wagon, and now he's just standing there forever and ever. Amen.
Does Khalid give the big no?
Yeah, he's not going to give the big no, but he is going to be, do the dismayed sigh and identify this dude as this guy was also named Khalid. I knew him not really well, but so sad. He had a wife in town. I fear that she is probably also glass. Wait, you have no idea what Khalid's saying. So
Nope.
retract for
Well, I might.
No, yeah, it takes a bit, but
He said something about his wife.
and you're probably thinking, God, I hope he's not saying this dude is his wife, because he doesn't look like a guy.
No,
or
that's
a
not.
gal.
I don't think that's what he said. Wait, how do you conjugate that?
So how is Thorn reacting at this point?
Well, I mean, there's obviously nothing we can do for the people here, so no, I brought Khalid here in case he needed to collect some things, or potentially there's something. I mean, I hate to just loot the place, but honestly, we have a caravan, and they gonna want to sell stuff, so.
So I guess you can. Actually, I don't know. What are you potentially telling him? He is going to point towards the wagon and jabber away. He may have mentioned Haruki's name in there. So clearly, he
Yeah,
doesn't want the.
I'm
He
really
doesn't
not
want.
that great.
Oh. Oh, that's comprehension. Well,
You know,
he
I
said
should make a thing for that.
He pointed toward the wagon and went Arabic, 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 Haruki, Arabic, 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 Arabic. Walk, maybe? And then he gives you a waiting look like, well, what do you think?
Is he saying we should go with him?
Well, he was pointing to the wagon.
Oh, we want to pull the wagon. I make camel horse hands.
He will hesitate, then nod, and leave the building.
Yeah, Imshi.
And he is heading back toward the camels, where he is going to promptly find out that the camels do not wish to enter this place at all.
What? And in fact, somebody says, "Oh, hell no." There's no one there.
Yeah, that's true. One of the camels will go, "Oh, hell no.
The hell you say?
Can't you smell it?" So what is Thorn doing at that point? Is he going to
Test fire.
rejoin him at the... Yep, I see that. He's going to rejoin him at the...
Okay,
the
so
camels,
as we exit the area, we're gonna end up going back down the main street. So if I look back up
He's
the main
going
street,
right. Yeah, if you look left, you do not see the crew.
Well, I was gonna say maybe they were in the process of moving about there.
That's possible.
I'll go back with them to see about moving the camels in. The camels are probably gonna fight a little bit, and then I'll probably
they're gonna fight
decide.
a lot.
Wait, well, let me see if I can get Haruki. He could probably pull that wagon.
Haruki might actually... You might be thinking Haruki's closer than the camels.
Well, I don't know at this point. At this point, I'm presuming we need to hook up the camels to the wagon. But if they are going to fight us, then I'm going to need to look for Plan B.
Let's see. So you are going to be aware that they have definitely already shied away. Like they were being very, very... Don't necessarily want to get super close.
Mm-hmm.
Which probably went along with the, hey, by the
Holy
way,
crap.
holy crap. Which probably went along with the, wow, it's really, really quiet here. I should investigate why the camels are being difficult and why it's so damn quiet.
So I will. I'll catch Khalid on the way out of the gate and point out to him tell him the camels are angry face.
I have no idea how he's going to react to that. But it does occur to me, if you are exiting the gates, there's Amir and Zianra and Gesslin there.
All right. Well, we'll try to get him in, but clearly that's not going to work.
Well, you did get a critical success on your animal handling.
That's for horses.
That was perception based. Also, that was to to see what I saw with regard to the camels' behaviors.
Yeah, they were definitely less than enthusiastic about, entering this place. And considering, as soon as you cross the threshold into the through the gate, you constantly feel like somebody's watching you. You can probably understand why they're being weird.
Also, I keep seeing the wings sticking up behind me.
Well, luckily you haven't knocked any of the glass people over yet. Oh, damn it. That was wasted. Mark's AFK.
So we'll wrestle the camels for a minute, and then I'll have Haruki and or Amira let them know that I'm going to go get help.
Haruki's not here. You have to go get Haruki. I mean,
At
Gesslin
which-
and Amira.
Hoklin, Amira,
That's what
or
I said.
Diandra.
No, you said Haruki.
Yeah, you said Haruki.
No, well, I can't speak to what I actually said, but what I was trying to say was I will get either Gesslin or Amira to tell the guards that I'm going to go get help.
Okay.
And later I'm going to watch this recording and find out what I actually said.
As long as you don't forget.
I'll
And
probably forget.
when you see that you actually said Haruki, you're going to not mention it. Because we know how that works.
I heard you say Haruki.
See, that's 3. So, the rest of you, I am actually going to need a climb check from Aramis, Brum, Ismir, and Haruki.
Yeah, but they can use Haruki like a ladder.
That's probably true, actually. So you have to scramble over a bunch of stuff because of shattered buildings and such like that. And since Brum was the person who was out of the 4 that are there, who has actually spent any significant amount of time in that lost city. The similarities are pretty striking to him about the kind of destruction, although it's not on the same scale. It's not anywhere near as large. So as you are approaching, you can see that the central palace itself is completely gone. There's like this just big crater where it was. And the Sultan will point you toward the other one that has the additional little towers. It looks quite a bit more. It does look damaged, but it is not anywhere near as messed up. Or not. Yeah, let me rephrase that. It does look like it has taken some sort of structural damage, but it looks like it's a lot older and a lot thicker than most of the other buildings. So it seems like it has definitely resisted it. He said he announces this was his treasure vault, where he stored his most valuable prizes. You can assist him. He will be glad to allow you to take anything you find within it.
Probably need to be another greed check from Brum Brother.
Brum will turn to him and say, anything, right?
Yes, indeed.
Just wanted to make sure that I understood that.
What good is wealth when your whole city is gone and your friend is trapped?
Where exactly is your friend trapped? Show us.
Inside. And he will go to the door, and it is sort of, it looks like the main entrance there, whatever the mess has blown the door completely inward, so it's gaping open.
Well, we'll head in and look for the guy.
Okay, so Thorn was going to be flying back to find Haruki.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will not be particularly difficult to see motion up there that will allow you to join the rest of the crew. In which case, the Sultan will react with a surprise, and it's like, "Ah, and a flying man as well."
Elf, thank you very much. Well, mostly.
I also need everyone to give me a perception check in the box, please.
Just for reference, Brum's not entirely trusting of this guy. He's a strange dude.
Does it need to be a body language or?
Well, Brum doesn't have body language or anything like that, but strange guy in a city where everyone's turned to glass except him. Brum's not going to be entirely trusting. So if he says, they're just in there, in that room, go there.
Well, he's going to head down first.
Right,
asked that before, but were they entirely turned to glass, clothing and all?
Sure looked that way.
Okay.
Which seemed weird.
Just figured if the guy had come here and decided to dress up as a Sultan, he wouldn't have pulled the clothes off the guy.
So he will lead you into the thing, and it will also, there are some stairs. That's not a lot of stairs, but down there. Inside, you'll find there is a great gaping hole in the ground. It is easily 40 to 50 yards in diameter. Doesn't seem to have like a bottom. Arrayed around the hole is treasure of all sorts of kinds. A lot of it seems to have actually been melted, oddly enough. But there's like gold chalices, weird looking scepters, big old rubies, coins, etc., etc.
Brum is not overcome by treasure lust.
In the very middle of the hole is a glowing crystal. It's about man-sized, perhaps a little larger. And Thorn, who is the only person in the current group that saw this sort of thing in the strange temple-like structure in the Lost City, recognizes the same sort of containment apparatus that Arn and Finn were trapped in.
Brum's going to start looking around for Skeksis.
Guys, I'm
What's a Skeksis?
I'm gonna go back and fetch Gesslin real quick.
You're not familiar with the dark crystal?
Oh, okay. I'd seen it once. Hold on. Let's see. That's that.
I hate your weapon.
Okay, so Thorondil, as everybody is like looking at that, you've got the glowing little crystal thing, and you're like, oh, wait a minute.
So
Thorondil,
what exactly do you say?
Let me finish. This thing is glowing, right? It occurs to you abruptly there, Thorn, because you've seen this kind of crap before, and also the Sultan does not seem to have a shadow.
Eh?
Well, my suspicion meter went from 0 to 100.
Wait a minute.
Thorn is the only person that notices that.
Well, no, but me, the player.
So I want to say, we should go fetch Gesslin.
But my friend, he's trapped in there. He needs to be freed, rescued.
Gesslin is a wizard. He'll know what to do.
Break the crystal?
What? That's what I heard.
Can we not break the crystal and free your friend that way?
I don't remember how that worked.
You had to break the crystal to get them out.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the crystal that we were breaking, was he?
Yeah, Finn and Thorn were. They were in two different crystals. I think you pulled Finn out, and somebody pulled Arn's body out. I think that was Yana, actually.
No, right.
It was,
Yeah, okay.
Or Lawn Fawn.
It's been a while. Yeah, anyway. No, let's go get Gesslin, because he's gonna know how to deal with this.
There are more of you here?
We were in a caravan, good sir. But wait, there's more.
Come on, guys, you should go with me. We need to confer.
Okay.
A wizard,
Let's head
not
on
a
out.
wizard, and
Well, I don't
his
know these
voice
magic
sort
names.
of deepens.
So I'll follow Thorondil outside.
Yeah, a man with magic stuff who says we need a magic man. Well, let's go get the magic man.
Haruki will kind of look around it, kind of walk around it, looking and trying to peer inside of it.
Don't touch it.
His finger will just get. Hold on a second.
Well, remember, this thing is where I had that written down. I noted that. The hull itself is 40 to 50 yards in diameter, and this thing is floating in the center.
Actually, darn it, is
You keep breaking up, Mark.
I would have totally done this. Oh, yes.
Klutz roll.
Yeah, well, his
Impulsive
arms aren't
touch.
that long.
And close.
What's he going over the side?
No. If I did not have, if I could have touched it, I would have with the impulsive roll.
No, he said it was 40, 50 yards diameter, so
Right.
at least
No,
25,
yeah, right.
25 yards. Yeah, Now, how big was it?
Man size.
Yeah, okay.
You could jump on it.
That's a bit of a long jump.
Jump. You could fly over there, Thorn.
Oh, sure, but I'm going to go get the subject matter expert.
That was a good idea, Thorn. Let's go. Haruki, come.
I am not a dog, Ismir.
You head back up the stairs, and it seems like the stairs just keep going on and on and on and on. You don't remember that.
And
the dude's voice, it sort of starts deepening and such like that. And he's like, "No, I do not think you shall leave just yet."
God.
There is.
I will immediately turn around and throw my spear at the Sultan.
Oh. Well, that escalated quickly. Just like the staircase.
But he made a really
okay.
growly voice, so clearly he deserved it.
How far away is he in terms of range?
Let's see. So it's probably not more than 5-6 yards.
Or at least that's what it looks like.
Well, yeah. Maybe. Possibly. Who knows? Okay, let's see here. Now, how is my poor innocent Sultan going to react to that? It's all a misunderstanding, you see.
Yep, I agree. The Sultan's actually the one trapped.
Complete misunderstanding. Okay, so the spear will flash right through this guy. It will continue through the on the other side, and it's like just disappear into the darkness. The worrisome, confusing, I'm not sure, maybe possibly frightening thing is the fellow then promptly catches on fire.
I'm going to go with all the above on that one.
Oh, dang it, he's magic too. And Aramis Fastros.
Before that happens, I'm going to need everybody to give me a fright check.
Woohoo! Fright check!
Because that's like, ah!
I have fearlessness of 2, so what does that give me?
+2.
Based off of your will check, that's going to give you a +2, but even if you roll higher than a 14, it's still going to be bad for you.
That's why I have roll 50.
I'll take the succeed by
Wow,
one
your
right there.
will sucks. That's awesome. I'll have to
It's-
keep that in mind and have some, wizardly types zap you with will-based or will-resisted magic.
Or we could
Oh
not
no!
do that thing.
Haruki's like,
Oh.
nope.
That's just not right.
Okay,
Haruki's like,
Haruki.
oh, not a nope.
All right, Haruki. Well, that means you're going to be rolling on the crit, or not the crit fail, but the fright check at +4. I want to see what he's got. You need to roll an 18 here, just because it'd be funny.
Right, check table. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Work time.
Yep. So it should probably be related in some capacity. It could be like, quirk level fear of the dark, or actually I have no idea what else would be appropriate. People catching on fire.
One that I used a while back was a quirk level flashbacks.
Glimpses of clarity.
Yeah, that one.
No, not. Is that right? Glimpses of.
I think that's right. Yeah.
But it needs to be linked in some capacity. So that's easily something you can just make a note of and then look into
Right.
after the fact.
I wonder, does he get points for it
No.
Because
It
the
does not
wording is a
count
little
against-
weird. It says this is the
No.
only way you can acquire more than 5 quirks. Why would you mention that?
Because you can't have more than 5 quirks. So even with this doesn't count towards the total thing. He doesn't get additional points for it.
It is explicit somewhere that disadds gained in play do not give you points.
I do imagine that you could have more than 5 quirks. Quirks are just personality traits. Someone could be like brimming over with personality.
Well,
Well,
you can't get
I'm sure you
points for
could,
them.
but you just get 0 points for them.
But that's what I'm saying. It specifically says this is the only way to acquire more than 5 quirks. So I wonder if you get points for it.
That is definitely not true.
I don't have a tactical map for this because the area just doesn't really call for it. It's pretty small. At best
So
go ahead.
combat tracker then.
I do have him on the combat tracker. Okay, so Haruki is definitely going nope, or jabbering something in Sahudis. This thing just sort of raises its hands, and all light goes away from the room. It gets completely pitch dark.
What about Flaming Beard Brom? Does he have light?
This is it's a magical darkness, basically. So even Flaming Beard, and I'd sort of forgotten Flaming Beard myself, and I shouldn't have. He should have reacted to that. Maybe that should have clued Brum on that something wasn't right. Maybe that's why he was suspicious. He didn't react to your Flaming Beard. So Aramis,
we need to
is
fix his
pitch dark
image.
in here. Yeah, I need you to photo manip that, Daniel.
So it's pitch black. Was I able to start fast draw my blades, or
No,
would
you'd
I
have to fast draw them now.
Okay, and can I do 2 fast draws in one turn?
I think
Technically, you can.
but don't you take penalties for that? I'm not sure.
It'd be doing the first fast draw. If he succeeds, then that counts as a no action, and then he could do another fast draw.
No, that's not how it works. You can. Yeah. Okay, you're fast drawing 2 weapons.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in martial arts, but I think that's right. I think there is a penalty to it.
Multiple fast draw, page 103.
There you go.
Multiple fast draw. Every turn, you may fast draw 1 weapon per hand at no penalty. Although
Or
draws
less.
with the offhand have a usual -4. Let's see, if you give away or willing discard or hurl, but not if you fail. You may make further fast draw attempts later on your turn. Repeated attempts with a given hand are a cumulative -2. Okay, what about?
Well, I have ambidextrous, so offhand is kind of like
Yeah. So it said you could do it normally with 1 in each hand. So presumably not.
It
penalty.
is possible to fast draw multiple identical weapons at once for the purpose of rapid strike with thrown weapons. That's not what we're looking at. 2-handed fast draws counts against the total of... No, that's not what we're looking at either.
From what I could read, it would just be fast draw at normal for 1, and then fast draw at -2 for the second. Is that?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I will
specifically, let's see. For instance, Well, okay. Cumulative -2 per fast draw. It's a cumulative -2 per fast draw. For instance, a fencer could fast draw a rapier with his master hand at no penalty and a dagger with his offhand at -4. However, you'd have so it'd be -2 since you're
Yep.
ambidextrous.
All right, so I'll do the S stock for my first fast draw, and then my light rapier for the second. Cool. And then so with the magical darkness and everything going on, does the ringing, I know, kind of gets a little tingly and burns a little with danger. Does it happen to be pointing me towards a specific direction? Like, is a specific part of it burning up?
No. But it's
Okay.
definitely saying you're not in a good way.
I'm in danger.
Pretty much. Then Army will sort of put his back against one of the staircase walls and have his blades in a sort of defensive grip, or not the official defensive grip or anything like that, but just have them at, pointing end out.
So noted.
So
For the purpose of targeting, you can control click on the combat tracker.
I thought we had determined that would not work.
It does work.
I just did it. It works.
Yeah, whatever. Remind me what the situation is. So we got a hole, but we're in. What are we standing on?
It was a pretty large room, but there's like the hole in the very center, and you guys are by the stairs that should have just been a couple, maybe 5 or 6, but when you decided to try to bail, they seem to stretch on for infinity.
So how much room is in the room? Never mind the hole. Like I'm assuming the hole is in the middle of the room.
It is in the middle of the room.
How wide are the ledges around it?
They are. Let's see. Brain cramp. I had this in my head. They're easily 5 to 10 yards, depending on roughly where you're at.
Right. So this whole thing is about 70 yards wide.
And it is completely pitch dark.
It is completely and totally dark. Yes.
Can we still see him?
Do you have dark vision?
I mean, you said he burst into flames?
Yes, and it
So
was
is
like and then he raised his hands and it got completely dark.
But is he still on fire?
All light seems to have been extinguished.
You can't tell if he's on fire because you cannot see him.
Can the fire, was it radiating heat?
It most definitely was.
So we should be able to go, oh, it's hot in that direction, but not the other direction.
Thorn was going up the stairs ahead of everybody. So he's probably still at the top of the stairs. I'm assuming there's not a lot of room, but he is at the very least going to bring his sword to the ready and won't have a whole lot of room to do anything with it.
I'm going to fast draw one of my large knife into my right hand.
Give me a
Do I
roll
need
check.
to make? Okay.
So, amusingly or interestingly enough, when you threw that spear and it went through him, it basically went into the hole. And you were like, "Well, crap! There we go." When you go for your knife and you pull your knife out and you glance, or you're like, "No, but actually you can't see it." But you go for the knife. It takes you a second or so. Well, not a second or so because these are 1 round seconds. But when you do pull it, you realize that's a
It's a
freaking
spear.
spear.
Okay.
Oh, whoa, that's interesting. Well, it's better than it have disappearing down that really large hole.
And then I'm going to fast draw my offhand, the large knife I was going for.
How is it with a will of 12? You fail getting the anything but the spear all the time.
It's funny. I was going to say you didn't necessarily need to make another fast draw check. I was just going to use the previous one. That's fine. All right. So you have a kniff in one hand and a spear in the other.
Since I can't really see anything, I am going to delay action. And if I feel anything hot come near me, I will strike at the heat.
So, Daniel, I'm going to need you to advance closer to him and then trigger the burning on your sword. So he like goes, "Ah!" and stabs you.
That's the only thing I can think of right now. I can't see the guy. I mean, if I do sense motion near me, or if I sense that something's trying to strike me, I'll react. But I'll just basically readying myself.
Well, let's see.
Breaking up
This
again.
place now. Still not able to hear me? How about now?
I hear you the second time. It seems like every time we tell you you're breaking up, immediately
Right,
thereafter
sit
you get
up.
clear.
Yeah, that's apparently the range for my Bluetooth is very short on these earbuds. Okay, so now everything's black. There's a big hole, and Haruki can't get out. So
And
Haruki
Haruki's
will,
a klutz.
and Haruki's a klutz. So how deep is that hole?
You did not see a bottom.
Correct. So Haruki will, I guess, freeze and take up a ready stance and kind of go and just and announce his positions like, "I am here, but I see nobody," and that's all I will.
And
really
nobody
do,
has
so.
any clue what he's saying because he's chattering in Sahudese because he failed
Yeah.
the fright check.
Exactly. But I will take a ready action to evaluate before I strike, kind of thing. But if something threatening comes near me,
Ready? Yeah, you can't. Wait. Ready action to evaluate.
or ready wait, he'll take a wait, and then I guess because I'm not going to take the -2, so if he has to swing, he's not going to just swing at anything. But
Right.
yeah, so because I know if I just
Discriminate target.
discriminate target,
Yeah, screw it. You don't need to do that. What's the worst that could happen?
I smash Izmir into pulp.
I know you immediately
Why does it
target
have to
your
be
brother.
Izmir?
Because you're
Yeah,
his
it's
brother,
always
man. He's like,
Izmir.
I'm gonna hit him.
It could have been Brumley who
He's
happened
just
to
short.
walk
No,
by.
he's
His
so much
beard,
shorter.
you just see you happen to see his flaming beard. It's like whack.
Yeah, but
so
see, if I see flaming that short, something fire that short, he's going to recognize it as Brum.
Right now, he's too afraid to recognize anything.
and it just
Yeah,
got dark.
Take a swing at Brum and he misses because Brum's so short and he's so much taller than he was.
Alright, so Brum is going to close his eyes and he's going to just focus on his sense of, I guess, smell and touch and all that sort of stuff. and he'll be taking Evaluate to try and get any bonuses for attacking someone invisible or in the dark.
Can you actually take Evaluate for that if you can't see the target?
Yeah, I don't believe so.
I'm looking. Well, it says it's only usable against an opponent you can reach with a move and attack. It doesn't say otherwise.
C.
Yeah, it doesn't see C. I'd have to look that up.
I don't know
But
how you can evaluate a target you can't see.
He's trying to channel his inner daredevil.
But that's his intention anyway. He'll be
Dwarves
closing
have
his
dark vision?
no.
D&D they do.
He will be closing his eyes and concentrating on the sound of the flame and the heat to try and get whatever bonuses he can if he has to hit something that's not visible.
Evaluate, there it is. Oh,
maybe you could model it. It's not
Am I
an
still
evaluate for
injured
attack
and do I
purposes.
still have fatigue?
Maybe you could model it like it's not an evaluate for attack purposes, but it's an evaluate for perception roll purposes.
Yeah, because there is a thing in martial arts where it says, let's see, evaluate. Yeah, at GM's option, you can use current evaluate bonus against a foe to cancel out defense penalties from feint or deceptive attacks. And they do have evaluate non-combat skills, so apply your current evaluate to IQ rolls, to noting playing tricks on you, body language rolls. So that's I think that's potentially doable then, yeah, for a perception thing. What was the question that you had?
I was wondering if I still have fatigue and still injured.
I believe that is the where you were at. Yes, you're like at the very about to be completely healed.
Okay.
So in the pitch darkness, you will hear the echoing voice, and it just seems like it's coming from all around. In this case, he's like, "You will not leave this place." And the ground does seem to start to be shaking just a little bit. Things look bad for the good guys.
They do.
It's probably Mark's fault.
Well, when you do have plus, that does tend to cause
Did
problems.
did Thorn say something about having to destroy the gem?
No, he didn't.
Okay,
And
never mind.
I don't know who was actually present
Brum.
at the previous thing to actually know about that.
Inside, only Thorn was, because Brum and Zistral were outside.
Yeah, they were holding the
line. So
Yes,
right
I don't
now,
think anybody
you were
else
the
even
only
recognizes
one.
that.
Yeah, you were the only one that immediately went, that looks really similar. Oh crap! This guy doesn't have a shadow. So what is Aramis doing?
So did he not have the shadow when we entered the building, or did he not have a shadow at all, even outside the building?
He didn't have one outside the building, and I had you guys roll perceptions in the box, and you did not notice it. That was some pretty crappy rolls, by the way, guys.
Great.
You're welcome.
Once you got inside, and the circumstances changed a little bit, I had you roll again, and I did give Thorn something of a bonus because, well, he's seen one of those damn things before, at least the crystal things, and B, magic was involved, so he's the only person with magery. But he didn't really need any bonuses because he didn't roll mediocre like the rest of you guys did.
Wow.
I think Jeremy is just gonna stay.
You could charge. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Charge!
I think the pit would have something to say about that, and Jeremy, despite his immense sword skill, cannot defeat gravity.
Have you tried attacking it?
This is true. Have
No.
you?
Yeah, he's just gonna stay where he is. He not enough information to know how to react to the threat just yet. So he shall stay.
Quick, trigger your fire sword, Daniel, so Ismir will
Uh-huh.
turn around and attack you.
As
I know
much
the
as I
general
kinda want
direction
to.
where he is, so if it happens behind me, I'm probably not going to be like, "Oh, he's behind me." No, I knew where
Actually,
I
you
threw my
might
spear.
because you're talking about a djinn.
That's true. Maybe he is Daniel. That's not actually Thorn. Thorn never rejoined you guys.
Ooh. I could be lying. Thorn is going to call out and say, maybe we got off on the wrong foot here. Parley?
There is no Dana, only Zul.
Don't you hate it when the bad guys decide to change the environment to favor them? The
I really
nerve.
do.
It's
I
very rude
will-
of them to not allow us to stab them in the eye.
Based on where I remember him last, I will cautiously take a step forward and continue basically in a defensive stance.
I will take a step and wait towards the voice of Thorn.
And
Thorn,
then attack
son,
it.
is that you?
That's right. He's going to smash it with his tree trunk of a weapon.
I guess I need to move that down.
Yeah, I guess you need to. I was like, are you done?
Another turn of evaluate. Unless, of course, he feels this flame and heat like right in front of him.
Nope. Do I have? I should have. Haha, I do. I created that. Yay, Phil. Let's see. So, Ismir, you will hear in your ear in Arabic, a sinister voice asking, "What are you doing?" And it sounds like it is literally right next to you.
And he screams like a girl.
Apologies, I was just sneaking dinner.
Kebabs?
Was that voice? Was that my ear? That was
That was Ismir's ear.
Ismir. Okay. He's going to. Ermi will start to use his light rapier as sort of, tapping it around, trying to get the sense of where things and where people are, try to reacquaint himself with the environment. And so he'll just tap it a few times and, hey guys.
He didn't respond to my attempts to parley.
There does not appear to be anything, no.
Well, that's not helpful. Don't have any better ideas at the moment. I'm going to put my back against a wall that I was hopefully nearby and keep trying. Maybe, did you need something from us, perhaps?
Based on the voice in my ear, does that give me kind of a general location of where he might be? I mean, does it seem like he is right next to me? So would it, if I was to strike in that direction, would it be completely blind, or would it now be
It's still going to be
attacker cannot
completely
see
blind.
foe,
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
location?
It'll be completely blind, but it sounds like it's directly to your side.
So do I know
I sure
his
hope there
location
aren't any
based on
other
his voice?
PCs. I
Or
sure
do
hope
I
there aren't
need
any other PCs there.
can I use perception to pinpoint his voice?
You can try.
Get him! Stab him!
So based on that roll, am I still doing a -10, or can I now do a -4 roll?
You are still doing a -10.
Based on my perception of where his voice was, I'm going to still take a step forward based on where I knew he was when I threw the spear, and I'm going to twirl and strike in the direction of where his voice was with my spear at a -10. Telegraphed, because I don't need to hide anything.
Man, fighting in complete darkness sucks, doesn't it? Well, that was a pretty crappy roll to begin with.
All right. I will say something, and I will once again take another step and wait towards the sound of Thorn.
So you are advancing back up the stairs. Probably backwards. Haruki is not Haruki, but Thorn's gonna end up stabbing you in the back, isn't he?
Probably.
Fortunately, I can hear somebody chattering in Saudis.
Unless he feels the heat, another turn of evaluate.
Haruki, behind you, you will hear something. Sounds like a whisper in Sahudis.
All right.
Right, you're figuring all this stuff. Why would he do that? Why would he stop? Oh, right.
Nice thing is
Yeah.
I'm yelling out too, so hopefully everyone's
Derp,
getting,
that was
my
my
position.
fault. That was me being like Mark, where it was like, why is he taking so long? What? Oh, right, it's me who needs to click on the button. Derp, derp, derp. Hate it when that happens.
He will. I mean, will continue to sort of start trying to feel his way around and trying to find the group.
All right. Well, I hear Haruki coming up the stairs. Did he sound angry or anything there a minute ago?
Haruki?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
He's saying things. I don't know if
Do you
his
not
tone
speak any
changed.
Sahudis?
No.
Right. It was Finn who was the one going, I need to learn this language, don't I? Sorry.
And he doesn't speak any Elvish. So that was sort of aggressive, what he said last. So I am going to back up the stairs then, just in case. And I'm
What,
sort of...
are you afraid that he's going to try to hit you?
I'm gonna call this all-out defense, but I don't know if I can even defend anyway. But I'm basically trying to keep the big-ass hilt of this sword in between me and whatever else is out there. But in the meantime, I am continuing to attempt to negotiate, whether I'm being listened to or not. So surely we can come to some kind of a deal here, right? Isn't that how this works?
I am going to stay put. I'm going to delay action. If I hear any more whispers, I will strike in the direction of the whisper.
All right. Haruki, how are you reacting to that thing whispering right behind you? Here I am.
I will elbow strike blindly in that direction, since it's rear to my rear. hoping that I get to catch it. It's doubtful, but I'm just gonna roll and we can see if it's a crit success
Or a crit fail.
or a crit fail.
Crit fail.
Success. Ah,
So, based off of where you were at, you do the elbow strike, and it's going to hurt a little bit. It's not going to actually be any actual physical damage in there, because you miss that and you hit the wall. With the elbow, and you're a very large, very very robust fellow. Notably, Thorn. You will feel that impact. Whatever it was that he was elbowing, if you hadn't actually taken that step back, you suspect you might have been in danger of getting elbowed by Haruki.
this is kind of cool because you probably have like the battle map and you're tracking where we're going, but we can't. That's pretty cool.
Or it could be a total ass pull.
It could be
But
both. Could be both. All right, so advance the tracker there, Haruki.
Alright, so Brum's had 3 turns of evaluate.
Yep.
He will attempt to perceive where the dude is.
There's some fisticuffs apparently going on. There was Haruki making some kind of attack noise and a thump. And maybe an owl.
Well, he's probably speaking in guttural Sahudese at this point, and you know how that guy, and it's just like, mate, was that a smash or was that a ow?
Sahudese is kind of weird like that.
So succeed by 4. I think that's a successful perceive.
Ish, maybe. You are able to basically identify 1, 2, 3. There's definitely 5 people that are moving around, and there's also a strange wind in here.
Excuse me.
So does Brum have any idea where Flaming Dude is?
He does not. I am actually looking through various skills of yours to see if there is anything that is appropriate. Give me a tactics check in the box, please. This is at some penalties, but good roll. Not when you roll like that. Okay, I am making a note of the result. What I'm sort of doing here is it's not quite a skill challenge, but it's sort of like that you just don't know what's going on to see something, to determine something, put things together. With the perception there, he as stated, he's definitely aware of the 5 PCs, well, 4 PCs, since I'm not sure he's actually doing a lot of moving. Aware of them moving around, and the thing is weird that he's not hearing anybody else moving around like he expected this guy to be. And then with the wind, knowing that these things are apparently pure magic, maybe he's in gaseous form.
Alright, so Brum will then take weight. So he'll just keep concentrating on what he's hearing and take weight. Brum's not moving at all. He doesn't want to accidentally fall into a hole.
Wait for what?
Flaming dude to, the sensation of heat on his face, or a sound of flames in the air, crackling in the air.
Your beard.
So Ismir is going to hear a sound murmuring, not a sound, but a voice, basically drifting to him, saying, "Here."
I will take my action, and can I use would counterattack spear?
He has not
Nope.
attacked.
Okay, I'm just wondering. Can I use perception to see if I can again narrow his voice down better and maybe get some pluses to my attack?
If you do, you will not be attacking this round.
Oh.
And
Okay.
you said you were attacking for in a direction.
Yeah, in the direction of his voice. So I'm going to attack. So it's a telegraphed attack, basically, right?
I don't know. Is it?
It would be.
What are you doing? What kind of attack are you stabbing?
Yeah, stabbing with my spear.
Okay.
Please reroll.
Reroll.
Yeah,
Yep.
just roll 3d6, please.
Just a 3d6, or okay, or re-roll the attack.
Just roll 3d6. Okay, so I'm going to need you to make the damage roll. Actually, first I need you to roll a random hit location. And this will make sense here in a second.
I get it. I'm tracking where's this going.
I just stabbed someone. Okay.
That's what it is. We're not bitter to kill us, and then we're bitter, like bitter. Ooh.
Okay, so give me your damage roll. Okay, Aramis, what kind of DR do you have on your abdomen?
DR is for people who actually wear armor.
Okay.
Oh, no.
All right. So, as you noted there, Aramis, I did have you make a IQ check in the box, and you were just so you know, you rolled crap. So that means the danger sense thing didn't quite trigger, and you get stabbed in apparently the digestive tract.
He's rerouting your butthole.
Let's see. So that is piercing, right?
It says impaling.
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 So that's doubled, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So you just took 8 points of damage. That hurt a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's probably going to be a major wound.
That is 2/3 of my health.
Okay,
HP.
so that's going to be a major wound check to see if you decide to take a nap.
That's just straight health, right?
Yeah.
Are you fit?
I'm not.
Okay, then straight health, yeah.
You don't need that entire colon.
Down I go.
Okay, so you are stunned. You didn't fail it by more than 5. So, Ismir, you hear the and you react, and then you will definitely hear what sounds like Aramis going, "Oof!" Whoops!
Whoops!
You stabbed him. Why did you do that?
I thought I was further into the rooms because I did say I
Everyone
stepped
thought they
forward.
were everywhere, dude. That's the problem with being in total darkness and having been illusionary. You know, things have happened.
So Aramis will need to make another health check to see if he can come out of stun. He does not come out of stun. So that apparently really hurt.
Indeed.
Before Thorn does anything, well, he's definitely also going to hear oomph as Aramis is hit. Let's see. Man, you guys don't have any good skills.
Well,
How is Thorn
We have
reacting?
great skills.
Appropriate skills, then.
Would tracking work?
No.
yeah, pretty much everything requires seeing something.
Or blind fighting?
Blind fighting would be another thing entirely. Thorn is going to do, well, two major things. For starters, continuing with the all-out defense and taking another step up the stairs, while first saying, "Oh, watch out there, Mindon." And second, "Sir, does this palace belong to you?"
Oh no, Ismir stabbed a dude. He stabbed an ally.
Well, I don't know about that. I just know I connected with someone. I heard a oomph.
You heard Aramis react.
I know, but maybe the djinn hit him. I don't know. It's
Uh-huh.
You felt that impact.
I know I felt an impact. Maybe I hit the djinn as he was hitting Aramis. I don't know. I can't see anything. I'm kind of staying about it. I'm like, it happened. I'm gonna be
I think
like,
Aramis is going to retaliate and stab you through the eye.
I am known for my eye stabs.
Fortunately, he can't see anything either.
well, I am going to feel, due to my code of honor, I have stabbed a fellow comrade. I'm gonna be like, oh crap. This strategy is not working. I am going to go to I'm literally going to drop to my stomach. Go prone.
Okay. What is the thinking there?
Gonna go prone, and then I'm going to start crawling my way back to the stairs.
Okay. So dropping prone.
Well,
Gotcha.
At least you got enough voice over there to get a good direction.
It's true. Unless, it's being distorted. That'd be unfortunate, wouldn't it?
Well, there's that. But assuming the voices are coming from the correct direction, you also know which direction the pit is in opposition to it.
Again, presuming it isn't all distorted and crap.
That is presuming no distortion.
I mean, those stairs weren't that tall when you went down them.
Maybe they were.
So, did I hear Thorn behind me where I struck, or near where I struck?
Sounds
Yeah,
that
you should
way.
have. Well, I say that.
And then I will put my back to the wall so that I now know that there is a wall there, or at least put the wall to my back so he can whisper all he wants. And I will, basically announce again, it's like, I am here for those who what has happened? And I will take another wait action. Actually, I'll say that in Sudanese because no one's told me I'm speaking in a language they don't understand.
And that fits with you having failed the fright check.
He got so scared he started speaking Sudanese instead.
Sudanese. That's just Arabic. Goodness, that's weird.
Just maintaining the evaluate and taking weight. Same conditions.
In Haruki's ear, he is going to hear in Sahudi's ear. Aramis can give us another health check to try to actually come out of his stunt. Man, you are having a day,
Always
aren't
with
you?
the 13s too.
You're like, ow, 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 ow. I got stabbed in the appendix, man.
My giggly spooch.
Squeaky spooch.
I knew you were corked. I was just helping you to, get rid of some gas.
No, we don't. No. Show me your medical degree.
He stabs you again with his spear. Maybe it's your turn. Maybe you should stab him with your sword.
Well, I'm unconscious, so
You're not unconscious. You're just stunned.
I wish I was unconscious.
Do you really? Then I could just, drag you and toss you into the pit.
Well, when you put it like that.
Or I could take over and, have you stab them in the back, in the eye. Ooh.
Only if you get Izmir first.
Bargained well and done.
I do have first aid. I will help you when I'm done. I will help you.
Is that the consensus, guys? We're gonna offer up Izmir. Everyone say aye.
Yeah. How about we sacrifice? Thorn is still all out defense and continues. Says, "Is this how the master treats their guests?"
Does Thorn have diplomacy?
No, but he does have fast talk.
I don't know if this would be fast talk. But I don't know it wouldn't be fast talk. Give me a roll in the box, please.
He's trying to fast talk whether it actually is or not. Because that's how he does things, because he doesn't actually have cultural familiarity.
No, but you guys have been on the road for a while.
We've been around it.
And you have been listening to Gesslin talk over and over and over and over and tell all sorts of crazy stories, especially some involving the Jinn. So that may have triggered an idea. He's also at least nominally aware of what the Code of Honor Arab is starting to compose of, simply based off of being around Amira and Ismir. Let's see. So that's very interesting. Okay, so yep. So you are definitely moving very, very slowly there, Ismir, because well, it's a crawl.
I'm also feeling for a ledge to make sure I don't fall down into a pit. So I'm like, I've heard Thorondil's voice, so I'm crawling in his direction, making sure there's no pit I'm gonna fall into.
Yeah, Haruki is so going to step on you. And that is not going to be pleasant because he is not light.
So yeah, Haruki, you did hear, in addition to the fact that Thorn is chattering away, you did hear in Sahudi's, here.
And I will, tell my friends something. And I will take a wait action.
Rinse and repeat.
Let's see. Actually, give me. Let me double check something here. I want to look. Give me another tactics check in the box, but add your stuff. The evaluate bonus thing.
Oops, sorry.
Well, it's a good thing that's not in the box because that's a crappy roll, right?
It's still a success by 3.
But considering you were rolling against a effective skill of 18, that's pretty crappy. So Brum, as you haven't really moved, correct? You're just sort of standing there and trying to do the daredevil thing. It has occurred to you that you have not, this dude, whatever it is, has not actively attacked anyone. And with that in mind, you also sort of, it sort of occurs to you that you don't think you actually saw him physically interact with anybody above the, outside of this area before either. And with the tactics thing, it's more of this dude is trying to get you guys to hit one another and damage one another.
And he succeeded a little.
And it's probably the first tactics roll was like, wait a minute, he seems to, it was more of a it seems like he's trying to maneuver everyone. And then the second one was like, oh, because dwarves are accustomed to fighting, more in the dark and such like that, and undergrounds and stuff like that. And so, it's like, hey, this sort of looks like he's trying to, actually do that. Words actually mean things, and they're hard to say.
All right. I'm just going to take wait while I put this bird back away.
So Brum is basically sort of digesting this info.
Yeah, I will say something, but yeah, I got to put the bird away. It's too noisy.
It's fine. Okay. So, combat is going to sort of partially pause as the ghoul and Thorn are suddenly face to face, and it's like Thorn, you suddenly found yourself seated at a table, and you're like, wait, what? And it's not the ghoul that you're necessarily looking at, but it's more the Sultan.
Right.
And he looks at you, he's like, yes, I do seem to have done a poor job of hospitality with you, have I not?
Well, the day is young.
And he sort of gestures, and abruptly on the table you have like a crap ton of food, and it's just you've got the big wine, the wine glass. You got the, I don't know what that is, some sort of bird maybe, although those legs or the wings don't necessarily aren't supposed to look like that. It looks like there's too many hinges. You got your big old pile of grapes, all sorts of awesome stuff. He's like, and please.
So Thorn is above average intelligence, but I don't know if he knows the culture quite well enough to go directly for bread and salt.
Alright, I'm back. I'll trigger my weight.
Meanwhile,
hold on with the weight. The ghoul is doing a wibbly wobbly timey wimey thing with Thorn, who accidentally stumbled into a way to potentially get her out, get everybody out of this, maybe.
Alright, well, my weight is only just to speak anyway. So it's not actually triggering weight, he's just speaking.
So you are sort of speaking, but it's like you're doing it in super crazy slow motion. So
at this point, I think Thorn is just going to play the part here because he doesn't have a better idea and he's trying to come up with one. So, yeah, he will eat some things. And frankly, he hasn't had any real good food but road food for a while anyway. And he will thank his host for providing and ask him his name. What should I call you?
well. Now I gotta look that up. Nerve! You're making me look things up again.
I hate it when people do that to me too, so I empathize.
I know, right? It's like, surprise! Yeah, I had it written down elsewhere, and then I ended up saying, I'm never going to need this, so I can just, doop, make it go away. And guess what? Damn it. Now it's going to be like not impossible to find exactly what I was looking for. I am going to blame. Hold on.
Gotta
Izmir.
look for that too.
I'm sorry, I'm blaming you, Daniel.
Well, I guess that's appropriate.
Well, while you look that up, Brum will be saying in his ultra slow motion, my friends, this is a trick.
That's
He
not
is not
ultra slow
here.
motion.
This is a truth.
See, that's better.
You have to type it in chat, but one letter at a time.
It is a trick. It is an illusion.
Right,
He
so
is trying to have us attack each other.
he provides his name in very flowery. Well, you're actually not entirely sure what language you guys are speaking at this at the moment, and because hey, you
Yeah.
both speak it very well. It's one of those, Khalid, Iban, Jashik, all knew. I was once the
Oh,
sultan
so-
of this great place.
Your city seems to have fallen on some hard times of late.
Yes, yes, it has, and that is why I require your assistance.
What is it that you wish us to do?
And he will sort of gesture, and it's really disconcerting there because it's like you're at once sitting at this table, and having some very very nice duck, and at the same time you're also standing in this the treasure room thing, looking down through down that the hallway, where hey, for some reason inexplicably to you it's perfectly bright and you can see everybody. You don't know why Ismir is crawling towards the hole. You don't know why.
Ugh.
Like hey,
Aramis is doubled over.
Aramis is doubled over and bleeding, and Haruki is splayed out against the wall, and such like that. But the Sultan, points towards the crystal, says, "That. I need you to free me from that."
I've seen this before. Back in name of place that I haven't spoken in long enough, I don't recall.
Yeah, I have to try to remember myself what it is as well. It's all Mark's fault. Damn it, Mark.
Anyway, the
Yakut Mineral
Mark-
Almiral.
Rommel, yeah. I have encountered this before in Yakut Min Amar Al Rommel. Good God. Who are we
I'm
fighting there?
infecting you. You were fighting the Yanti, and they were trying to free the.
There was a djinn that was trapped in there.
So that's kind of weird. That's like, if this dude is Jin, that's two that have been potentially linked to those weird things.
Do we know anything about the possession?
The possession.
Like djinn possessing people?
Recall. You would not. I do not believe you would.
Okay.
Some of the characters that are active PCs may be aware of it, but they're not sitting at the table chatting with this lovely fellow.
Right. So, who was it that was trapped? And did we release them, or did we actually destroy them? I can't remember.
If you recall, at the time there, when you guys got in there, Finn and Arn were somehow transported into it. You managed to free Finn, but when you got Arn out, he was like all shriveled and drained of life or something.
Right. Well, my
intention
was to name who it was that we either released or killed or whatever it was that we did.
I don't know if that name was ever given. I can't remember. I'd have to ask Mark.
I think it was, but I'll have to. Actually, was it? I don't know if that was. I think I gave it a name. Let me look through my notes while you guys are
Well,
discussing.
the actual name isn't necessarily important here, but I'll bring up that yes, I encountered this back at the place where we either released or killed or whatever it was we did this person who I can't name.
Interestingly enough, when you start to say the name, he's going to hold up his hand, and you literally cannot say her name.
Oh,
If you're
that's-
presuming operating on the presumption that you actually know it, he's like, no, do not speak her name.
Apologies. So I know I know roughly how this works. And we're strangers here in the Jinlands and have no real allegiances one way or the other. How is it that you came to be in this prison?
Let's see. How is he actually going to respond to that one? Like, oh, that is a story I am not capable of sharing at this time. Simply from the expression that flashes across his face, whatever it was, it really, really pisses him off.
As a sojourner in this land, I honestly, I don't know why you're there. I don't know anything about you except that I hate prisons.
Oh, noes. That's right.
And it is my I am inclined to help. I would prefer to consult with the others before I do so, if that's agreeable.
He's going to consider it, and he's going to look and back in it's one of those disconcerting. I'm sitting at this table and I'm also standing there. Stop it! I'm not supposed to be in two places at once, and for some reason you get the sensation or the feeling that maybe he is mostly zeroed in on Ismir. And he's then he's going to look back at you and he's like, no, you must make this decision. And with that, time is going to sort of go back to normal. And then, Brum is like, blah, 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 blah. So what exactly was it that Brum was saying?
Basically that it was just a trick. It's an illusion. He was trying to get us to hit each other.
So it is still completely pitch dark for everyone but Thorn. Thorn, you can see normally.
Well, so first I have identified myself as a guest, and as such I should be as helpful as a guest would be. I am a gambler. I am a fanatic about not being in cages.
Before it jumps back to you, Aramis needs to actually make a health check to see if he can come out of stun.
Survey says, yay!
Woo! Okay,
Now,
so you are no longer stunned, Aramis.
Indeed.
You still hurt. Whoops. Sorry.
I do dislike slaveholders, and I know that Jin holds slaves, so I'm kind of back and forth here. He's not really a slave, just a prisoner.
So it sounds like you have offsetting disadvantages.
I do. But the idea of being trapped in that thing, and I know what it looks like in there because I saw in Or did I? Did I actually see that? Because they were having a fight inside the crystal.
I don't
think I did.
Yeah, to everyone else, it was them trapped in the crystals, but to those who were trapped, they were basically on like a platform fighting magically. So,
can I still hear him? Is he still?
You can
Talking-
actually see him. He's like on the
Oh, is he
other
standing
side. He's actually on the other side of the frickin' pit.
Right. I'm just going to talk to him like he's standing right there. And what will you do if I release you?
All right, so you have asked a question.
Give you 3 wishes.
After hearing Brumrully make his comment, I will move into a sitting position and start putting my weapons away and just go into kind of a meditative state.
Haruki, oddly enough, you can hear Thorn behind you talking, and you know he does not speak very good Arabic, but right now, his Arabic is perfect. He's not stuttering and pausing, and occasionally having the, wait a minute, what's the word? No, it's just he sounds.
Kill him! No, I'm joking.
That would be about right.
And my head is smashed in with a tree.
Yeah, turns around and it's like, oh no, his eyes are glowing. So what is Haruki doing? Oh, Haruki's typing. Stand by, I'm typing.
And he will say all that, and but be a little bit more relaxed, but still try to ensure he doesn't get set upon by any threats. Back to Rob.
Brum is just going to rinse and repeat, taking weight, listening, being alert.
In the span of a single eye blink, for Thorn, the Sultan, well, you see him as the Sultan, not the burning man. He will be way over there, and then he's standing like right in front of you, and he will, in response to your, what will you do if I free you? Is like, what would you ask of me?
Oh, I didn't mean to ask for something. I was just wondering if you planned on destroying the world or something.
Aramis is down there going, ow, this really sucks. Why do I keep getting stabbed?
Pretty much.
Wait, actually, it was Ismir who kept getting stabbed.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
I think this was
Ismir.
Aramis'
It's
first
now
time
it's
being stabbed.
Aramis's turn.
Yeah, it's Aramis's turn. See, I was thinking it would have been really funny if he had rolled the thing to hit your metal arm.
Oh, yeah. Anywho, turn's largely going to be spent, just kind of rolling around in pain.
Well,
'Cause-
you have had multiple rounds of that, so you are... No, you're not. You've got high pain threshold. You can rub some dirt in it.
Oh, I forgot I had that. All right, cool. So I'll get up and
Think of it the army way. It's like your dingle dangles in the dirt, so you need to tie it to your belt and drive on.
Hey, if you actually have high pain threshold, what you need to do is make your knockback roll in the powers thing and add 3 to it. Not knockback, knockdown. High pain threshold gives you +3 on those.
Like on the health checks for major wounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'd forgotten about that part too. Wonder if he would have actually been.
Yeah, he would have made a
stunned.
couple of those.
He wouldn't. I don't think he would have been stunned in the first place.
Well, he
I'm
was
looking.
surprised.
Yeah. So upon with Stun not being unconscious, I would have heard Brum's mention of don't attack each other.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been stunned to begin with. Damn it.
Okay.
Because he failed by
That
one.
didn't change much.
Yeah, it's fine. Ari will go ahead and then sheath his blades and just sort of wait.
I will respond thusly. Freedom is not a gift I give with the expectation of payment. But I will make this one bargain. I must be able to choose. You have to let me go, and all my friends.
Sweet. That means you can leave Ismir here because he's not your friend yet.
Gray area.
Wow.
I'm just messing with you. All right, so noted. You have made your thing.
Continuing to sit and sheath my weapons and stay still.
So Haruki can definitely tell that Thorn is talking to someone who is talking back to him.
You know, you shouldn't take that, Thorn. If they talk back, you should smack them.
And it doesn't sound like the evil, sinister voice. It sounds like, the Sultan-y voice. I sure hope he's not going to be possessed.
Yeah, if I get flamey eyes, just go ahead and stab me.
Easier just to crush the whole head in one go.
Is it only if you get
whatever.
flamey eyes? Should we just,
Yeah, if I don't have
preempt it?
flamey eyes, don't do that.
Oh, damn.
What about Brum? He's got flamey beard.
Doesn't
that means
count.
he's
I don't
really
think
possessed.
Jinn don't have flamey beards. They have flamey eyes.
He might have a flamey beard. His beard might be possessed. So, what is Haruki doing?
Pretty much same as he ever was. Just kind of, he's same as he ever was. Just gonna kind of ready
Same
and
as it ever was.
Yep, same as it was.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't have anything.
So at this
to
point,
contribute.
unless Brum is doing something, it does sound like you guys are like, all right, we're not attacking you anymore.
Correct.
And in my guy's defense, you guys did make the first attack. He just made it dark, and then, actually, no, he didn't make it dark. He said, you're not going to leave. And then Ismir decided, screw that noise. I'm going to throw my spear at him.
That's true.
It is true. I made the first move, but then
So
when
you're
we
gonna
couldn't
have
get
to
out
stay.
and I realized he was trapping us, yes, I attacked.
You're going to have to leave him in the prison. So, yeah, but it's going to depend on, Brum. Is Brum doing anything?
No, Brum will keep doing what he's doing unless the situation changes.
So, as noted, the lot of you will, since you're not actively moving around and stuff like that, you will be eventually able to tell what or hear what sounds like Thorn engaged in a conversation with not the creepy sounding version of the Sultan, but the regular version of the Sultan. Both of them seem to be speaking Arabic, but oddly enough, Ismir can't quite understand what is being said. So maybe it's a different version, maybe wibbly wobbly magic stuff is being involved. Thorn basically said, "Yeah, you can't. You need to let the lot of us go." Correct?
Yeah. Point being, I need to be free to choose. And if I'm under duress, I can't do that.
He will give you a smile, and it's one of those, sort of maybe kind of creepy smiles, but not necessarily evil. It's just like his face isn't built right to smile like that. And he will point to the glowing crystal thing again. He goes, "If you free me, I swear upon my power, you will all walk free."
God. That was a genie
pretty good.
swear.
Walk free
That's
in
just-
what way?
Yeah, there are any number of interpretations. Oh, but God, that's probably the best I can do. Is that freedom enough for me? That's really not.
Oh,
But
I was wondering the people. I wonder if you would think of the people. Are they considered part of the? Would they be free, the townsfolk?
Well, yeah, I didn't ask him if he was responsible for that. I just kind of assumed he wasn't. Although he might have been indirectly, if nothing else. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell went on here. Okay. But he swears we'll go free, and that, I know that's supposed to mean something here, so...
Hey, he swore it on his power.
That's true.
That is a
If he
big
doesn't
deal.
go free, he loses it. God help me. Very well. I accept.
Okay, so time sort of gets all wibbly again, and you are standing. It's really fucking creepy. You are standing right next to the crystal thing. Your wings are not flapping or anything like that, and there's actually nothing underneath you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing surprises me at this point.
Well, it's still a little creepy.
This is kind of like back in the sandstorm where it's just, I completely lost grip on reality. It doesn't matter anymore. If reality is slipping from your hands, just let it go. It's probably not worth it. So, yeah, I will heft Ninquie into the air and bring it down with the flame.
It connects, and there is a titanic flash. A pretty substantial boom as well. The entire room starts just shaking and trembling. Light does come back on for everybody, and Thorn is back to where he was. You can see where the spinny the crystalline thing there is just like this rainbow of light is emitting from it. Like I said, the entire treasury thing is starting to shake and stuff is starting to drop from the ceiling, masonry and such like that. Most of it is clearly falling into the very large hole. There is behind you, directly behind Thorn, you will see, hey, you are standing at the top of the stairs.
We should go. You two,
Get
Brum.
up and follow.
No going for the gold. Leave the gold.
Out I go.
Outward I go.
Yeah, it's just there's large chunks of masonry, and it's like some of it'll come crashing down and clip the edge of the hole, and there's a stream of stuff that goes spinning down the into the hall, and all right. So it looks like Thorn, Haruki, Ismir are like, yep, we're peace out, we're out of here. What about Aramis? What about Brum?
All right, I made a number of greed rolls. I don't know if you require another one.
Do you?
Sure. Do you? All right. So you're gonna grab something. What about Aramis?
Nope, out.
Hobble out. He's a half move and dodge.
Seeing Aramis in a bad way, Haruki will grow and and help Aramis out.
Grab him by the scruff like a cat.
Hold on just a second.
And also, if Ismir's seeing Aramis not moving and Haruki go over, he'll go over and help too.
Okay, so the lot of you managed to emerge from the treasure thing, and you will literally see the whole darn thing just sort of collapse into the hole as you're watching. The earthquakey thing is still earthquakey. The semi-earthquake is still transpiring, though. So it's one of those that you probably will want to go, nope, nope, nope. Heading out. But I do not know if that is the case.
Yeah, we'll be. I mean, we're probably gonna get. I would be like, let's get away from here, guys. Be backing
We definitely
away.
need to get some distance at least.
Yeah.
Is
Start
it
heading
spreading or
probably
is it
towards
localized?
the campgrounds. Back to the camels.
Initially, it does seem mostly localized, but it may be spreading a little bit. Not particularly fast. But it may not need to spread very fast because, well, all of quite a number of the buildings are in absolute garbage shape.
That is true. Unless it all falls into a sinkhole.
That's also true. So is that the plan where we're heading straight towards the blah,
Caravan.
where the caravan is? Yes, there
I don't think
words.
there's a whole lot else for us here. Well, actually, I mean, we can get to I'm thinking if we get are making our way toward the main gate, and we realize we're out of the danger area. I almost said zone.
Danger
Might
zone.
actually stop there and mention the whole wagon business.
When you get within visual, you are actually going to see Khalid has managed to get one of the camels in there, and he was obviously in the process of leading the wagon out, but with the craziness, the camel's starting to freak out. And so now he's like, "No, stop!" Or, in Arabic, as the camel is trying to bolt with a wagon.
Haruki punches the camel, throws it over his shoulder, and hauls
Carries it
everything
out.
out.
And drags the wagon at the same
Yeah,
time. And we're like,
exactly.
holy crap, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's not super difficult necessarily to get out. The earthquake does not, cause the entire city-state to collapse into the sinkhole, but probably half of it is where it's like, it's partially normal, and then it slopes down pretty sharply. Unfortunately, also, with all of those earthquakes, a significant number of those glass statues have, just sort of fallen over.
It was not me.
Alas.
No, this time it was Thorn.
In some ways, it was you, actually. Because Haruki's the first one to decide to go back into town.
That's right. It's all Haruki's fault. By the time you get through the gates and outside, you will have seen that they have relocated the camels and the nominal camp a bit farther away from the from said gate. You'll have to spend a little bit of time trying to maybe getting the camel with the wagon straight, because like it got a little maybe thrown. The wagon was a little was like on its side, and the camel was freaking out because it couldn't go anywhere, so Haruki has to punch it.
When we get a chance outside and we're starting to settle down, I'll administer first aid to Aramis.
Twice even.
It's
So,
just
what
a
was it?
double roll. The first roll 4.
That was okay. So he's going to recover 1 point, and then over the 30 minutes, you can attempt the 1d minus 3 and minimum 1, which would potentially be already covered.
You said 1d
minus 3. That's the bandaging and stuff like that.
Woo!
All right. So total, Aramis is going to recover a total of 2 hit points instead of just 1.
Sweet.
Why is that not working?
Let him get out. Does that get him over the 1/3?
I'm now at half.
Good and bad
Kesslin is
points of,
definitely wanting to know what the heck just happened, because he could tell that magic just sort of went haywire.
I am going to explain
Only.
because
Evil Oni.
nobody else knows what happened there either.
And Haruki is no longer super ravenous. He's just hungrier than normal.
I will tell Gesslin the name that I was given, but I'm reasonably certain that's not his actual name. And yeah, I made the best decision I could at the time, so hopefully I didn't just doom the world.
Oh, that's a good point. Hold on, let me not the dooming the whole world. That could be a bad point. I need to check this. Let's see. Once you give the name, Amira will actually demonstrate a surprising amount of information on that, which is actually going to cause Geslin to give her another bird look. Like, well, that's interesting. How did she know that? She will recognize. Why are you rolling so many times? Stop double clicking.
I know.
You should stop double clicking. Just saying. So she will actually vaguely recognize the name as a fairly lesser Jin. It's one of those that it's super. She's like yeah, in the grand hierarchy, I don't think this particular entity is especially dangerous to the grand scheme.
Well, that's comforting.
But the fact that
He was
it
very
even is there.
He was very dangerous to my grand scheme.
Okay, so yeah, the both Khalid and Umar are like very disappointed that this place is pretty much gone at this point. But through the various people who can actually understand the Arabic, will be able to point out, hey, we've got Khalid will be, hey, we got this the wagon since Master Haruki is unable to ride the camels. We might be able to rig this up, and he can ride in it.
Oh, Mindon, you should have seen the table he set.
Yeah, you really are like, hell yeah, you feel really nice. That's you're nice and full there, Thorn. I hope that doesn't come back to bite you in the butt. Probably not.
I figured I'd come out of there and I wouldn't be full at all.
Well, he's doing guest right and such like that. That'd be wrong to take all of your take the food back.
Suppose that's true.
What was the question?
As I was patching up Aramis, Izmir will basically look Aramis in the eyes and say, I am sorry for striking you. That was not my intention. I thought I was striking the Sultan.
That was you!
And creepy love music starts to play as he's staring Aramis in the eyes.
It's typical.
Well, to be fair, Aramis does have sex appeal of 16.
I appreciate the honesty and the apology as well. Thank you.
Stab! If you also noticed, once he was Ismir was in the finished bandaging, Amira is actually going to do the minor healing. She's like, let me see if this will work. She's very pleased that it actually still worked, even though she's in a cat body.
Is that another one?
I already adjusted yours. That's what is it? Minor healing is like literally up to 3. Oh yeah, that reminds me. That means her fatigue needs to go down by 3. But hey, her fatigue jumped way up when she got into the cat body. I believe we had established that it was getting later in the evening when you guys had finally arrived there. So I am sort of guessing you do not want to go back into the oasis-city-state to camp.
No. No. We'll
Nothing.
set
I
up
choose life.
camp with the camels, get some tents up.
That will work. And with the Khalid is actually pretty competent with regards to the I believe it's Khalid. Let me double check. Fairly
of.
competent with the teamstery thing. Okay, let me rephrase that. He is trained in it. I would not say he is necessarily competent, but if he's doing the sort of, what is it, the normal thing, not normal, what's the word I'm looking for, the +4,
Taking additional time.
Routine.
no, routine, yeah, if he's just doing routine, that's he's tolerable. Haruki will be able to determine that this is potentially doable, and this will drastically increase the speed by which you guys can travel. Unfortunately for Haruki, he's basically going to have to be laying down in the wagon to just sort of spread out his weight, and it is not particularly comfortable for him. So at the end of the day, when you guys stop for the evening, he is easily more exhausted than anybody else that is riding the camels.
Well, did
Because
the
that thing bounces and bumps and.
So question.
Yes.
Does the camels that we can't, the caravan, do they have extra cloth and stuff like that?
Yeah, they have all sorts of stuff with the caravan, yeah.
So with
But you wouldn't want to necessarily overweight the wagon.
No,
because
I'm not
Haruki's already
saying
pretty.
no.
heavy.
I'm not saying overweight. What I'm saying is if they have extra cloth or cushioning, we could potentially cushion the bed of the wagon so it's not as uncomfortable for him to lay down in.
It's not so much that, it's the bouncing around that the wagon is doing. It's exhausting because he's constantly. I mean, I'm presuming you are going to cushion it as much as you can without making it too heavy. It's just he's having to hold himself straight at some points, and it's just like, oh my god, can I walk now?
Can we kind of harness him into the wagon so he's not jostled as much?
They want to tie you down, Haruki.
I don't think we. I don't think we
I
have
said
the engineering.
harness. I didn't say tie down. I said harness.
So you want to
Safety
replace
belts.
the camel? You want to replace the camel with Haruki?
No, that may
So
be.
Haruki's dragging the wagon.
It's like, a
Put the
seatbelt in
camel
a car.
wagon.
My idea is like a seatbelt in a car.
We don't have the engineering expertise for that sort of thing, I think.
And further, it's less that than these things don't have shocks, and the road that you're going on, there is going to be
Quote unquote.
a quote unquote road, yeah, is not super great. It's still going to be faster than walking.
It'll just cost us a little.
It'll just
It'll cost Haruki a little.
It'll just means Haruki's really tired at the end of the days. Although, actually, I'm not sure if it's super that tired. What's his? How much? He's got 13 fatigue. He would not be quite at half, but he's close to half. So he is going to be tired. It's just, yeah. But it's fine.
I was in the process of asking, what are the caravan guys going to do? They were coming to Dulihiban.
Yeah, that's also something that they're going to be asking you. What do we do now? It's just like, and it ultimately comes down to the fact that you guys saved their lives, so they're like, well, we could accompany you to wherever you're going. I'm sure we can sell whatever it is that we are going to be trying to carry there. I'm sure wherever you're going, they have places that they want to buy stuff.
Do they know that we're going to the Citadel of 10,000 Pearls? Did we actually tell them that?
If they didn't, they will now. And it's like, well, it's still a city.
Well, they're not screaming no, so I guess that's a good sign.
They might also be starting to be like Thorn, where they're like, I don't know, man. I'm just, everything weird is happening. And yeah, hey, Umar's like, this has been great. I'm 10 or 15 years younger. This is awesome. What's next?
Besides, they could become, potential new PCs if one of us dies.
This is also a possibility. That would be really funny, wouldn't it? Crap, I died. All right. Khalid suddenly goes, look at me. I've always been a badass. Although he doesn't
pay
like
no
Haruki
attention to how that
because-
worked at when the caravan was attacked originally, and we turned around and ran.
They critically failed on a fright check. We've seen it, looking in Haruki's direction.
What?
Yeah. So, with the once you have everything for the camp, and you sort of start looking at the maps and stuff like that and calculate, and thanks to Khalid and Umar, who can identify how quickly these things can go and such like that, you are able to determine that with everybody on camels or in the back of the wagon, as poor Haruki is doing, you are probably only about 4 or 5 days away from the Citadel of 10,000 Pearls.
Perfect. Spend the night and continue the journey in the morning.
Okay. Is there anything especially interesting that everyone is planning on doing for the night, apart from Gesslin is going to be back to attempting to pester Thorn to use Smellblam?
I am going to, noticing what has been happening with my spear, I'm going to try to duplicate the situation. So I'm gonna basically put a target out there. I'm gonna throw my spear at it, try to go for a knife a couple times, see if the spear comes back in, see if maybe I can will the spear back, think about it, start really trying to understand this weapon a little bit more.
All right. What about Aramis? What about Brum? What about Haruki? What about Thorn?
No, I have nothing solid in mind.
You are too damn quiet.
Brum's just chilling with his new tobacco.
Aramis has nothing in mind.
There is going to be at least one instance, I'm going to presume, that Brum does fail his health check and he is stoned out of his mind for a couple hours. He's straight up euphoria. What about Haruki and Thorn? Please,
On the road?
please, Thorn. Initially overnight, but on the road, yeah.
So Haruki will. I don't know. There's not a whole lot that Haruki's got going on.
Well, he can at least doze while he's in the in the
Yeah,
wagon.
so he'll do
thankfully-
as much rest as he can.
Something to note, he continues to I've been meaning to mention this and kept forgetting. I blame Mark, because he has continued to dream of Lord Finn when he is in his using his doohickey things. And I have to, because I'm supposed to use. I made these. I might as well use the damn things. So he continues to dream of I've seen him on the weirdness where he's doing the using the magic to trace the strange the sigil. Since Thorn had pointed out the triple moon in the background that he saw when he touched it, Haruki has become aware of that. And the other thing is he kind of gets the feeling like there's someone else there as well with Lord Finn, but he can never really actually see that person. So he doesn't know if Finn is being held captive by this other person, or the other person is an ally, or what.
It's the cameraman.
It might be the cameraman. What about you, Thorn?
At some point,
Gesslin is going to continue to pester you. He's going to.
At some point, Gesslin is going to pop over there and start bugging me, and I'm going to say, look, after today, I'm feeling especially vulnerable right now, given that we could easily have been stuck there for decades.
And I'm trapped in this form.
As much as it pains me, we're going to have to try something, because we need you back. But frankly, I really don't think this is going to work. But somebody really needs to be able to use that stick. And I guess maybe right now I'm all we got.
Brum is not going to
Help
be
me,
that
Thorndil.
stoned.
You're my only help.
Brum is not going to be that stoned that he can't, go a long distance away from whoever's using that smell blame.
Brum doesn't even know. He only knows Smillblam by reputation. So we're going to go very far away from camp.
And I'm going to need you to make just roll 3d6 into the box. All right. So, can you roll 1d6? It's basically a 1d3 at this point, but I don't know if we can still do that. I don't think we can. So it'll be
I thought we could.
1d6. So 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. Okay, fantastic. That's awesome.
That was a D3,
right.
by the way.
Oh, it was a D3? How'd you
Yeah,
manage that?
you right click and select custom dice, and there's a D2 and a D3.
Right. Okay. Yeah, there's custom dice.
And now I know that there's a D2 in there, which is going to make things a little easier.
So you get the you take Smillblam out there. You are not feeling like this is you're not super enthusiastic.
I'm not confident.
He's trying to talk you up. He did succeed on a diplomacy check by, I believe it's 2, at least 2. So he is like, da rah. You do the thing, you like smil blam, and he like collapses into a pile of goop, which is like, oh crap. And
I think I
then
was expecting that.
something crawls out of it, and he looks up at you and he goes, well, this isn't any better.
Well,
Notable, at least he's still floating, I guess.
true. He should be a little better protected, although somewhat less mobile.
I am probably also going to get with you offline with regards to any secondary effects that may have happened, because Smilblam is Smilblam.
Mm-hmm.
At least you didn't de-age, 40 years.
Yeah, but now I speak German.
Who knows? It could potentially be positive. It might not be. So everyone will note that he is now Tortlin the Unpredictable, because he's a tortoise, and
Tortlin!
he's very disgruntled about this fact.
I think we
Haruki's
should.
stomach grumbles. Turtle soup. Yum.
We should rename him Oogway.
And he's going to go off and sulk by pulling his legs and his head into the shell.
You may want to record in the calendar what the current date is for the purpose of
Yep.
the curse.
Because unlike Mark, I'm actually paying attention to this sort of thing.
You guys love me. I just wanted to be the calendar to be flexible. Besides, there's all this magic, so the timey-wimey stuff.
Mm-hmm. That sounds remarkably like an excuse.
So with Ismir trying to will the spear back and succeeding, does it come back?
Give me a second. Let's see. Okay. It is sort of returning. Some of the time. So you are like, about half. What the heck is the word they use in frickin' imbued? No, not imbued. Attuned. Yeah. So you are like half attuned at this point, which is kind of weird. So, for the most part, it will, it will return. However, presuming you are, especially if you are not if you're actively trying for it or not trying for it, it's really, really weird.
Say that again. So if I'm not trying for it, the chances of it coming back is higher.
It's one of those where it's like if you just go for a weapon at random, it's 98% going to be your the spear, and if you throw it and it's not going to do a Thor thing where it comes back that way. It just sort of seems to like teleport every now and then when you're not paying attention. So theoretically, you could stab a dude and then just walk off and leave the spear, and be a couple miles away, and hey, you've got your spear back.
Because I'm also trying to see if I could throw the spear and then actually think about it coming back. So I'm trying that, focusing
Right.
like come back and seeing if that works. And then I'm also then throwing the spear and then, you know, grabbing for a knife and seeing what happens, or going for
Yeah,
my short bow. And
it's a weird bit where it's like you when you are actively trying to get it to come back to you, it doesn't seem to cooperate. But, when you're, just letting things go and in the middle of like a combat where your brain isn't super focused on the spear, the damn thing comes back.
interesting.
Yeah, it's like super confusing. So, as stated, it will take about 4 days it's probably closer to like 5 days to actually get inside the citadel, because it's like, you're probably about a little over 4 days to reach the border. And you will actually learn, Ismir will know some of this, but Amira will be the most knowledgeable, eclipsing even, now it's Tortlin, eclipsing him with regards to knowledge about the Jinn, is they have generally a boundary, and within that boundary, that is their territory. They can do nearly anything within that boundary. And so once you get that, it is highly probable they will know, or Zat al-Dawahi will know that you are there. So it's like, what is it? Intellectus, I believe they call it in the Dresden Files, where as long as you're, as long as you're within her boundary, she knows everything that's happening within that area. The fort, unless anybody has anything particularly crazy they want to do, like, hey, I don't want to do this, or I want to do that, or something weird's going to happen.
Do we actually know what her area is?
Amira will say you will recognize it because they generally have boundary stones, which are, these little magical doohickey things. And she, it's like, as soon as you see them, she will point it out. And each one is slightly different from the others, but from the descriptions, they are going to look pretty much like that, and they're going to be a whole bunch of them that basically ring the territory. They are not especially large, but at the same time, it's nearly, or it is, at least as far as she is aware, it is physically impossible to uproot one or just move it. The Jinn can do it sometimes, but she doesn't know how, and that'll probably cause Tortlin to expound rather lengthily on his theory about how that works, and that no one in the group, including Amira, who is the closest thing to actually be Amira and Thorn, are the closest things to actual casters. Nobody has any idea what he's talking about. The 4 days to the boundary stones is, comparatively uneventful. You have, a couple little weird things that happen, all centered around Gesslin, but it isn't anything significant. The roads themselves are pretty crappy, but they are very obviously, it's actually a road, and you will occasionally see additional travelers, although they tend to, as soon as unless it's something like you come around a corner and surprise, they're coming this direction. They have a tendency to steer very clear of one another or of you. And Khalid and Umar will, basically say, yeah, that's pretty common in the Genlands proper. Nobody is sure whether the random stranger they meet is actually a walking, talking engine of magical destruction. And Tortland hangs his head at that because he used to be a walking, talking engine of magical destruction.
Well, he sort of still is.
Well, he's a floating one now. Remember, he's he floats like a couple inches off of the ground.
Boot.
Stop that. By late on the 4th day away from Dulihiban, you will reach very obviously the border, or presumably it's the border because Amira will point out the border stones. Like, all right, this and in the distance, still a day or so away, you can see sort of the shimmering, gleaming indication that's probably the citadel, but you can't quite make it out. And Amira is like, "Oh, okay, well, here we go."
It only gets weirder from here.
And as soon as you cross the border, everyone will note there's like a change in the atmosphere. It's really difficult to explain. It's like, the air tastes a little different, the sky's a little bluer, all that stuff is like, whoa, that's kind of weird. And Amira is like, going to look at this, and she's like, we'll say, yes, the domain of each Jinn is different, as the mistress of misfortune, Zat al Dawahi, she is even now aware of our arrival, and we will soon find out how she's going to, and everything goes white, and that is where we're going to end it.
So, question: during those 4 days, are we able to heal up the rest of our health points?
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, that's easily done. So if you were wounded, you are no longer wounded.
All right, then 2 points.
All right. Yes, it's going to be 2 points for everybody.
Sweet.
All right. And so unless there are any questions, if you're watching this, have questions, corrections, general complaints, suggestions, I believe Daniel also said heckling, feel free to leave a comment or find us on Discord. Thank you for watching. Olympus bids you good night.
Stream
Good
out.
night, stream.